Champs, come get put on. Today we got two very, very special guests, guys. We got Samuel Hernandez Jr. and we got Elvis Martinez. How you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Beautiful Tuesday.
Thank you guys so much for coming. I know you guys, we've been trying to plan this out for a while.
Yeah, since we first met you running for politics.
Exactly. Elvis, what about you? How you doing over there?
Pretty good. And how all of us want younger people in office and not the experienced, seasoned people.
Hell yeah. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into all that. Before we get into all that, I want to know, what were you guys doing on this Tuesday afternoon? What's a regular Tuesday like for you guys?
Usually for me, it's Taco Tuesday for Sam's Street Tacos.
Mm-hmm.
But after doing that derailment last week, doing 60 hours with 5 hours of sleep, I decided to take a few extra days off.
Yeah.
So,
As you should.
Well, on Tuesdays, I'm either at work with my part-time job or just home chilling, watching TV.
I like it. All right. So, these guys are both running for city council at the moment, guys. If you have your ballot sitting on your counter like I do, or you could go down to, public buildings and vote there, you're going to want to vote for, city council at large, district 4. Two. Shit.
District 2.
District 2. I'm sorry.
I encourage everybody to do your research and not vote for your friends or your cousins, or because that's how we get into where we're at now in Pueblo. Do your research, vote for the best candidate, and see Pueblo change.
What's changing Pueblo looking like to you guys?
It's putting Pueblo first and politics second. So it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican. It's, we got to make the best decisions for Pueblo. We have, we're spending a lot of money right now. City Council just gave the rescue mission how much money last night?
$400,000.
$400,000.
Why is that not appropriate?
That $400,000 was from the ARPA money, which is the American Rescue Plan Act, which is AKA the COVID money. So if COVID never happened, they wouldn't have got that money. But the issue that was brought up, that is the rescue mission with their leadership, the ones to actually run it, and City Council didn't put out a bid for anybody else to run it, or a different business or a different organization. Then it was brought up that last night and 2 weeks ago that the city should run the homeless shelter. Wow, I beg to differ, because it was about 2018 or so, I want to say. I might be wrong on my year right there. But the city took over the animal shelter, and that went in a handbasket right away. They couldn't even run an animal shelter. So that's why Pikes Peak Humane Society took it over. So if we couldn't run an animal shelter, what makes you think the city could run a homeless shelter?
I usually agree with Elvis, but I'm going to disagree with him on that. If we're going to give people $400,000, and next year another $400,000, last year another $400,000, let's stop wasting money and let the city take care of it. We could do it right. Like he said, nobody else got the bid, so it's always the rescue mission or the Boys and Girls Club always getting all this money, but Crazy Faith and La Gente were getting treated like nothing. They do the exact same thing that the rescue mission does. La Gente does the exact same thing that the Boys and Girls Club do, but they always get treated like the stepchild. So
The redheaded stepchild.
yeah. So
We got some people in chat. Dylan says, "Shout out Elvis," and then he says those things. Or maybe I won't say those things. And then he said, "You were running for mayor at one point," is what TTLP says.
yeah. Who's that?
Just his name's TTLP TV.
Oh yeah. No, I was running for mayor, but I decided with running 3 successful businesses that my time was better served on city council.
Hell yeah! And as just to refresh anyone, they're running for city council. I'm running for mayor. Let's have these conversations. I want to invite every other mayoral candidate here. I know you guys are probably all tuning in, and we're going to get into some juicy stuff. But before that, I'm going to quote myself, like I said on Fox 21, I'm going to light this blunt.
All for it.
Exactly. All right. So what's some of the more controversial takes you guys have been getting for? Because you guys are too outspoken, man. That people have a lot to say about here. I feel like.
Oh yeah, and that's what's wrong with society.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to say, stand up to bullies, but as soon as you stand up to bullies, you're too outspoken. You need to be quiet and let the bullies bully, I guess. But that's not how I was raised. I don't go looking for fights, but I am going to defend myself. So the needle exchange was a big problem for me. $975,000 to hand out needles. And we've had this discussion. It's a needle exchange program, but they're not actually making them exchange the needles. And that's the issue I have, having children and everything. The needles are everywhere. Now, if they were giving the needles, the drug addicts or the homeless people 5 needles, and the next day they turned in those 5 needles to get 5 new ones, I would actually be behind it. But instead, they're 5 needles today. I lost my needles. Well, here's 5 more.
Why don't they want to do the actual exchange? Why don't they want to stay true to that?
Because I think that's how they get things to pass. They promise things, and then once it's voted in, they don't got to keep the promise. So it's too hard to make these people be accountable for their actions, let alone remember to keep their needles. And that's why you see needles everywhere.
Because when the first debate, I was, I'm never claiming to know everything. That's I think that's what's unique about me running is a lot of these other candidates will make false promises. But when you're presented with new information, you could always change your mind. But the needle exchange sounds like a good idea in theory. On paper, it sounds like a great idea.
Oh yeah, if they followed it. But they're not going to follow it, and they haven't followed it, and that's why you see needles. If we're going to spend $975,000 on a needle giveaway, well, then we need to spend $975,000 on a needle cleanup.
And
that makes sense.
And then another thing with that, when it got brought up in council a couple months prior to actually going on the agenda, I would probably bet some money on that none of the local elected officials went door to door to the neighbor in the area, which is right there, not too far from here on Abriendo and Northern. They didn't knock on the doors. They didn't put a flyer there. They didn't talk to the business owners, or if the business owner wasn't there, talk to a manager or anything. And none of them went to Gagliano's and told them that it was going to be right around the corner from their business, which they have had their business there for several generations, over 100 years already. They all, in my opinion, got the finger, and now it's going to be in their backyard right there. And the needle exchange is going to be right next to Mixed Up, right next to a liquor store, and right next to a bar, right off the highway. Not the best place to put it.
Owning a food truck, I made a lot of friends, business owner friends on Northern. I park my truck on Northern. My meat market I go to is on Northern. They didn't get asked. And, every time I go to Rodeo's meat market.
Shout out them. They have great meat, great food.
Grade A product. That's why my food truck is superior sometimes, because I go to a local meat market and I shop local. But I feel bad for them when I'm in there. There's drug addicts in there, and they're stealing $50 here, $20 here, $30 here. And we're not looking out for our local businesses. We're looking out for the drug addicts, the drug dealers. And it's real sad when I see that because they're great people, but nobody asked them about the needle exchange program. And
where should we put it? Are you guys kind of hot?
Huh?
Are you guys kind of hot?
I'm good.
Okay.
Well, if it's not going to be a needle exchange program, I don't think we should put it anywhere. If it's a needle giveaway, I don't want it. If it's a truly needle exchange, let's put it. This is how I look at it. Mayor Gradishar and Vicente, when I asked them, what are you doing putting a needle exchange? And Bessemer, their response was, we're helping our people. And I asked Mayor Gradishar, I said, why, if that's the case, why didn't you put it in Ventana, your backyard, El Camino, University Park, University Hills, Walking Stick? You put the needle exchange program in the ghetto, where these people are struggling. They're broke. They need money. They need drugs. To me, that's not helping our people. It's it's keeping them dependent on us. If you keep saying, hey, here's a needle, go inject your poison, you can't get your head on straight. You can't rise above it. You can't get your life back together because you're injecting your drugs. And as a minority, I don't think putting a needle exchange program in the heart of Bessemer is going to help our people. It's going to keep us down. And once we realize giving tools to insert the poison is not helping people, then we might be able to do something. We need rehab center. We need outside programs that's going to come in and get to the root of the problem.
So I don't think we nailed down. Elvis, where do you think like a pinpoint location, like a radius of like 4 blocks where like the needle exchange, emphasis on exchange should go?
No, I would probably say if it was open near the police station, if something arises, the cops could be there in a matter of seconds or whatever. But then, in a way, you don't want to put it downtown because that's where most of the shops are and restaurants and everything. So it's kind of a double-edged sword with that. I'm not the expert on that. But to backtrack on the exchange program, it started roughly maybe about 7 or 8 years ago with Dr. Michael Nurnberg, which was an ER doctor at Parkview. And him and his wife have since retired, and they moved to Kansas closer to family. And it's been taken over by the CEO, AK president or whatever of the harm reduction, which is Jude Solano. And I respect her, but I just disagree that she wants to have it right there. But the other argument that people would say the needle exchange only happens once a day for 4 hours on Thursday. And then also in the building, on the bottom floor, there's going to be a grocery store and something else on the other half. And then upstairs, there's going to be laundry services, showers. And I think that they probably took out the youth that were going to be there, like the youth that are going down the wrong path, to guide them, because they wanted the youth in the same building with people who wanted to get their needles exchanged. But they probably took out the youth to go there. That I don't know.
And she moved out of Pueblo, correct? Her and the doctor, her and her husband?
Yeah.
So
to
me
Kansas.
If Pueblo's so safe and great and you were the ones that pushed the needle exchange, why'd you leave after you got what you wanted? It's to me, it's a
good point.
We did our mission. We're destroying our city. On to the next one.
Do you know if they're doing something like that there?
I have no clue. I've never been to Kansas. I'm not going to click my heels 3 times.
That'd be interesting to know if they are.
Yeah. You brought all this controversy to Pueblo. Mm-hmm. You did your mission. Now you're gone. Mm-hmm. Seems a little iffy to me.
And then the other
hot button. Put it that way. When you put it that way.
Yeah.
The other hot button issue is the homeless shelter, which was disapproved last night by a vote 4-3 last night to award the $400,000 to the Pueblo Rescue Mission of the ARPA money, which I would have been a hard no on that because they didn't give anybody else an opportunity to say that they were going to run the homeless shelter.
And that comes back to my slogan, Pueblo first, politics second. We're helping all our buddies out, giving all our buddies the opportunity to do the same thing, and then we're wondering why nothing's changing. It's because we're not giving the best person the chance to run things. We're just saying, you get to do this. Nobody else gets to try it. Mm-hmm. So, we're putting politics first.
So you're saying that people, higher up in Pueblo are hiring
their buddies. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And
that's why the rescue
experience.
Yeah, that I wouldn't say more experience,
with
but
no experience.
Yeah. The rescue mission was like the golden child. I don't know why, but they get everything. When Crazy Faith does the exact same thing, but they don't get a chance to rise because they're not part of the system.
Yeah. Do you have any names? Like who do you think?
Oh, that'll come out once I get elected.
Okay. That's too juicy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to respond to this lovely comment right here by Curly Sid. Well, I want to thank you for watching.
Are you on YouTube or Facebook?
YouTube. I want to thank you for watching, Curly. Even though that we agree to disagree on some issues, it's not a full needle exchange. I would say maybe 30-40% of them might be exchanging the needles.
I would say 10%.
That I don't know the exact percentage, but how I said it is only one a day, once a week, and I believe it's on Thursdays for 4 hours. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think. So I'll go based on that right there. But I'm all for helping out people, but the people that want the help should be the only ones getting the help.
The people that want to hand up, we absolutely need to help them. The people that want to hand out and just want to live by and not follow the rules or the laws, those are the people we need to crack down on. Because I've hit rock bottom before. Before I was a successful business owner of 3 businesses, I was a certified nursing assistant. Made $14 an hour. Raising a family. Living paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes I didn't have enough money to pay my car payment and my rent. But what never went through my mind was stealing. What did go through my mind? Working doubles and 16-hour shifts and working harder and longer hours to provide for my family. There's a lot of people that say we need to raise minimum wage and that would take away crime. And I think that's the biggest slap to the face to everybody, every man and woman that wakes up every single day to go to work and provide for their families, no matter what they get paid. It's just a big slap, because we all work hard. We all want to make the money, but you have to take steps.
So you wouldn't raise a minimum wage like just with overtime? Doesn't that have to happen?
Oh yeah, overtime.
Okay.
But I know I used to live in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
Minimum wage was like $9 there, but gas was like $1.88. So minimum wage is like $13 here. Gas is almost $4, $5 now. So it evens out, But I'm not saying everybody needs to make like $7, $8 an hour, but minimum wage can't be $25, $30 an hour.
Mm-hmm. What's like the perfect minimum wage right now that a business has to pay? You own 3 businesses, so what's the ideal minimum wage, I suppose?
EMTs and CNAs, they go to school, they make $16 an hour. If you want to work at McDonald's, you need to know it's not gonna make you successful at the bottom level. You could always build your way to the top, but sadly you got to work for what you get for.
I think Sonic's paying $15 an hour now.
And I'm not going to tell a business what they need to pay their employees, but I'm not going to tell them pay them pennies either. Minimum wage is there for a reason. But if you think you could just go to McDonald's and make $25 an hour with no work ethic or no degree or anything, it's crazy.
Well, I'll answer Curly Sid again on your question about if we help. Hold on. Do either of you think that crime can stem from poverty? That it could be a possibility. Yes, I don't have stats on my phone right now, but if you have all those stats, you could message me on Messenger.
I'm gonna go back to. You think it does?
Do you think that crime can stem from poverty? Yeah, you ever been so poor, you're just like, I need to eat. I'm going. That goes back to your morals and values, how you were raised. I said, I was living paycheck to paycheck, being a certified nursing assistant. Like I said, sometimes I didn't have enough money to buy a gallon of milk for my kids. But you know what I did? I called work and I said, "Do you have any overtime?" There's times I'm working 16, 18 hours a day. It's your morals and your values. Were you raised to steal, or were you raised to rise above it? Because you steal a gallon of milk from a local meat market, you're stealing from a local family. Okay, it's condensing it down to the whole local thing is a different vantage point because.
But look how many programs there are. There's a food kitchen. There's soup kitchens. There's the pantries from churches and everything. Nobody should ever go hungry because we have so much programs out there. We got food stamps. We got if you're truly hungry and stuff, there's a bunch of programs. You don't have to go stealing.
And then there's other forms of stealing too. If there's a group of people, say 4 or 5 people that go do a smash and grab, those people probably have some money in their bank. They're probably not the richest or the poorest. And then there's those other people that steal cars.
Wait, so you're telling me you guys never hit the self checkout at Walmart? One time when you're laughing, we're scanning you scan like a block of cheese as like an apple?
When I was younger,
Well, when you were younger?
absolutely.
Okay.
But like now, no.
Well, when you were younger, people are in.
I'll go on record and say no.
You're gonna say you never did it. I feel like you're fucking lying.
I'm going on record and saying no.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm putting Pueblo first, politics second. I have. You know what I
From
mean?
one more, it's like, yo, I scanned a big tomato as like a bunch of little tomatoes or something like that.
But yeah,
So
the people are stealing food and stuff, and they're like legit. Like I feel for them, but like if you're gonna justify that, I want a bigger TV, so I'm gonna steal a bigger TV. Like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
scan a TV as an apple. That'd be hilarious.
And then since Miss Sid is in here, let's go to that hot button issue that I was at those city council meetings late last year when Regina Maestre brought that whole abortion ordinance up, the no abortion when it was going to open up. I was at those meetings. I didn't speak for or against it at all, but I was there, and then when it was on the second reading, technically, I was the very first person in line. I got there at 1:15 p.m. on that Monday. Very first person in line. But that is more of a state issue, and Colorado has already voted on that. Are we still live?
Yeah, no, I'm just making the chat better.
Okay. And Pueblo has voted it down several times. So, in other words, they're for abortion, but there's also that misconception, in my opinion and several other people, that the abortion should be up until the moment of birth, which I haven't heard any stats.
We can't go from poverty to abortion that quick.
Yeah, I know.
Boom.
Yeah, come on. We got.
I'm Elvis.
Hold on. I want to answer Amanda Cooper real fast. So not everybody was born with values and morals. I agree. Some people, their dads or moms are raised by their uncles and aunties, and it's not the best situation. But we all go to school at a young age, and we all are taught these are the rules. You don't fight. You don't cuss. You don't hands and feet to yourself. Crisscross applesauce. So you know the rules. You're taught rules when you're young. And, that changes to laws when you get older. The laws say don't steal from people, And so it's, I agree that not everybody is born and raised with morals and values. I understand that I came from a great family.
At what point? Okay. At what point can you steal? You can't steal from like a local meat market or something. We said that. Can you steal from Walmart?
So let me give you a story.
Okay.
I have 4 kids.
Okay.
My son is 4 years old. He was 4 years old at the time.
Okay.
He grabbed a sucker. I didn't know about it.
Okay.
And we had a conversation. Said we already left, and it was like 50 cents. And I said, listen, if you want something, you let me know. We'll buy it. Don't ever take it. It's bad. So what I did was I threw away the sucker, and he taught him that lesson. We do not steal. Now, I don't think it's okay for any age to steal. We need to teach our kids or whatever. It's not okay to steal.
Okay, but let me hit you back. Like, all right, so you wouldn't steal from Walmart, but if you find a wallet on the ground with no ID, are you taking the money?
No, absolutely not. Me personally, no.
You're leaving the wallet there.
No.
What if it has $1 million? It
Go to
has
police.
$10,000 in it.
So
You take it to the police.
Yeah. Let me tell you why.
Elvis, what about you? You find a wallet with no ID in it. It has just $50 in it.
What would Jesus do?
What is he gonna do? Is he gonna leave it there for another person to find?
Turn it into wherever the closest place it was by.
No, but there's no identifying things in it.
To me, my conscience is okay. And let me tell
Somebody's always watching.
Okay. So you wouldn't take the wallet off the ground. All right. There's
Let me
there's a
clap back real
sandwich
fast.
in the break room.
Let me clap back real fast.
Okay.
Okay, people, I'm running for city council.
Okay.
That makes $700 a month.
That's
After taxes, probably about $500.
okay.
I have taken a hit on my personal businesses for what I believe in. Money is not more important than my morals. And I've proven that in this race because I stand conservative. I stand strong on my beliefs. So I don't care if there's $5,000 on the floor. I'm not taking it. And I'm losing money every single day when I stand up and say I'm pro-life, I'm pro-Pueblo, I'm pro-police, I'm pro-small businesses. So if that hasn't shown Pueblo that money's not an issue for me, or I put money before my morals, I don't know what will.
I'm pro for people making their own choices and not the government interfering on anything, whether it be you doing something to your body or whether you doing anything. It's up to you. Like the old saying goes, every action has a reaction, whether it's positive or good. There's good karma and there's bad karma.
Yeah.
So, Curly, I'm going to answer, I like that you're not condoning to stealing, and I'm not going to say, some people truly do need food, and, if they steal food, I don't think we should be throwing them in jail for it. I am zero tolerance for crime, but if you're a family and you're seriously stealing food to take care of your family, I think we need to have more compassion and heart and be like, okay, let's show you the right programs to get a hold of. Let's make sure they have food in the refrigerator until they get the program situated. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to condone people stealing things that are above their need because they think they should have it just because.
Yeah, I can see that. Curly said, you don't see people cooking crack in nice neighborhoods, is what TTLP says, and kicking doors. I think that means home invasions.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in right now.
So TTPL said exactly what I said, to keep people in their place. That's exactly why I didn't want the needle exchange in the Bessemer area, because it's not helping us rise up. We're not putting the needle exchange in the rich areas, and you can't say you're helping our people by putting the needle exchange in one of the worst areas in Pueblo and expecting that area to rise up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, but imagine if we put the needle exchange so far away they can't get to it. It has to be walking distance.
Well, then they can't inject poison.
And then let me ask you this, and if Miss Sid wants to chime in, this is a question I don't know the answer to, so just putting it out there if anybody in the chat knows. Does any other Southern Colorado city, county, and or town currently have a needle exchange program? That I don't know.
I don't know that. I don't know that. Even
But-
I thought you were gonna know the answer the way you said it.
But if they don't, why does Pueblo?
I'm fighting for Pueblo because I care about Pueblo. I don't care about Springs or Denver, so I don't know what they're doing in there. But I know I went to Denver last weekend, and downtown Denver looks like a
That's
homeless
crazy.
camp.
Yeah.
I used to go to Rockies games all the time, and I don't even want to go there. There's tents everywhere.
That's right there on
Blake Street.
California Street, on Champa Street, and on West Park Avenue.
But when do we draw the line?
But if you go to LA, bigger cities, isn't that like
Oh, bad. My,
You know?
my dad's from LA, so when we go to LA and
Yeah.
stuff, it's worse.
like there's
But
so many
when
videos
do
of
we
that.
draw the line? Enough is enough. Do we want tents downtown? Do we want tents in our neighborhoods? Like, I'm not saying we got to throw these people away, but we gotta have a better shelter. We need to have a better soup kitchen that's open 24/7. We have 2 Kmarts that would be perfect for that. But we can't just go attack the homeless and say you got to go somewhere without giving them a place to go.
All right, I'll give you unlimited money. Oh, we got something to say?
Yeah, I just want to respond to Miss Curly City yet again.
We're going to be spending all night just replying back to these
Talking
people.
about stealing diapers or formula. There are programs out there that give away diapers, formula, and wipes and everything. So I don't think we're talking about single mothers or single fathers or struggling mothers and fathers stealing diapers, formula, and wipes and stuff like that for their babies.
Yep, I think they're different.
And then I just want to give a quick shout out. If you guys haven't voted, I'm #1 on city council at large. So just color in that bubble, and whoever you want for mayor, color that in. And
Whoa,
seal
Alice,
it.
come on! You're not gonna endorse me on Street Champs?
Thank you, Street Champs. Appreciate Derek. And
It's okay.
I appreciate the young people stepping up.
And then, with all due respect, I do not do public endorsements.
But no, I want to
Private endorsements, yes, not public.
I want to give a shout out to Heather Graham. Heather
I
Graham
fuck
being
with
a
her. She's dope.
being a small business owner, young. You. I'm gonna be honest. You inspired me to get into politics. Derek, you being young, myself being the youngest person in District 2. Alvis is young.
Second youngest in at large,
How old are you guys?
31.
1993. I'm 30.
30.
I'm smarter than Sam.
But no, if the young people don't take a stand, nothing's going to change.
Mhm.
And I know I'm real controversial about what I stand for and everything, But at least you got to give me some respect for standing up. There's people in my district saying they're pro-life one week in front of certain people, and the next week they're saying they're pro-choice. You know, how do you respect that? They're telling people what they want to hear. At least you know what I stand for. And if you don't like it, then vote for somebody else. But make sure the other people you're voting for stand strong on what they believe. Otherwise, they might flip-flop as soon as they get in office. And they might not. You might not agree. You might be voting for somebody that's pro-life that tells you they're pro-choice.
But like we said, flip-flopping, you know, like what point can you flip-flop, you know, when you're presented with a good enough, you know,
That's why I go on. That's why I go on record like this and say I'm pro-life. You can't. I can never flip-flop.
So okay, so you're never for an abortion ever?
Oh, I am.
Okay.
There's certain like rape and incest and
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay.
But or if the mother's at risk of dying,
Oh, then you're cool with it.
yeah.
All right. I think that's,
And that's
the only
what
one I
most
asked for.
people
You know,
are.
late term, like 9 months or something. You know what I mean? Like the baby's due in like 3 days, and you could have an abortion. Like you could have done it like week 1. You gotta wait 3 days before the baby's.
What's your limit? Give me your month limit. Your month limit.
So I'm pro-life. So I don't like unless it's those situations I said. I don't agree with it at all.
Like,
So-
what if the girl wasn't comfortable like saying her dad raped her until she was like 6 months pregnant?
That's the end of the second trimester.
Like she could still do it, in your eyes.
Yeah, except for rape.
You said rape.
But if it's like 9 months and the baby's due tomorrow,
Yeah. Huh.
like at that point the baby could survive on its own. Like just give him bottle formula stuff like that. You know.
And then I want to piggyback on that, and it was put out on Facebook by Jacqueline Bernal and probably Sid with the.
You don't gotta say the whole first and last. I don't know about that.
Well,
What'd
it's
he
all
say?
public.
First and last.
It's all public. And then their pro-choice nonprofit thing that they scored every candidate from school
hold
board.
on, did you read those?
I'm sorry. I was kind of laughing. What'd you say?
On the Pueblo pro-choice,
The pro-choice did a thing.
Oh yeah, I did read those.
and they scored all of us.
They put me last, bro. Come on, you put me last.
But check this out.
because
So-
of
hold
your
on.
last name. We went in alphabetical order.
Hold on. So they said what I stood for, right? They said zero tolerance on crime, hard on crimes, want youth programs, and wants to find a solution for homelessness. And they gave me a 0 out of 5.
They gave me a 1.
Now, hold on.
Those are
now,
pretty good.
Now, if you give me a 0 out of 5, but those are the things you said about me, tougher on crime, a homeless situation, and youth programs, then what do you guys stand for? How do I get a 0 out of 5, but you guys were the ones that said I stood for youth programs?
Maybe they were talking about you just like as a person. They were just like you're a tough cookie.
Well, maybe, but they should have said that instead of saying Hernandez stands for zero tolerance on crime, youth programs, and a solution for the homeless situation. That's a 5 in my eyes.
Well, maybe have you guys ever thought about like trying to mend this relationship and just being like? Because
Honestly, I've never talked to any of these people.
you kind of
But-
just named 3 things that are like.
I love everybody.
But I named 3 things that should have been a 5.
No, like no. You're like you're okay with abortion in like rape, incest, and
Life and will of
If
the mother.
if the mother is
Yeah.
going to be a
It's
5.
called Life and will of the mother.
life and will of the mother. Life and will.
I have conversations. Me and you, we don't see eye to eye, and I'm conservative, strong Republican, but me and you, we could have conversations, and we've talked all the time.
Oh, yeah.
There's some people. If you don't agree with me, you're an asshole. If you don't agree with me, you're racist. If you don't agree with me, you're homophobic. You can't have conversations with people like that because they already made up their mind on you.
It's very nuanced. There's lots of caveats to these issues. You know, you can't just make your decisions like that. So I understand what you're saying, but
And I'm more of a moderate.
you really.
But I love talking to people, and I've proven that. I don't care. I have liberal friends. I have friends in the LGBT community.
Yeah.
I have, what are you? He's not Republican or
Unaffiliated?
Unaffiliated friends.
So's Derek.
I got Democratic friends. I got 4 left friends. I got black friends. I got Mexican friends. I got white friends. And we all talk crap about each other, and there's love there. There's love and respect. And we make Biden jokes. They make Trump jokes. But at the end of the day, we could still have a conversation, agree to disagree, and still, my kids still call them uncle or auntie, even though we don't agree. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what's missing in today's age is that if we disagree, you're an asshole. Mm. You're a jerk. You're homophobic. You're a racist. But some of us were raised with different beliefs. And I'm a Christian. I'm conservative. I was endorsed by Forging Pueblo. and I got a lot of hate from it. But my Bible tells me to love everybody. I don't care if you're gay, whatever you are. It's my job to love you. It's not my job to judge you. And if you want to have a conversation about me and have a conversation, I'm all for it.
Well, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think conversations go a long ways. Yeah, I think we have a lot more in common than we have different about us, and we'll be closer.
Just a respect.
Yeah. Damn, I'm gonna close that window.
Elvis is a Raiders fan, you know.
Hey, now.
You know.
Don't go tell everybody that.
I used to be a Bronco fan until they did my boy Tim Tebow dirty. Now they just suck, you know.
I honestly, I would love to banter about football, but I don't watch any football.
And then,
I have to watch it a long time.
and then, city council should not technically put forward an ordinance, but like a city council rule that right before the meeting starts, that every city council member there should stand for the flag and the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Just throwing that out there, not throwing anybody under the bus, not saying any names.
Who doesn't?
Vicente Martinez Ortega.
I didn't say the name.
Well, if you're going to call people out, you call people out.
District 4 representative, so I urge people not to vote for
That's
him.
how you're putting Pueblo second, not politics. Like, people need to know who you're calling out, or they don't know who needs to be called out.
Because right here for District 4, you have a choice between Vicente Martinez Ortega and Roger Gomez.
He told me I should have ran for District 4, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna go for mayor.
No, I think you would have done good for District 4.
Me too.
You know, a lot of people told me I should have stopped. I should have started there, but
you'd be surprised how many people, when I was running for mayor, that are running for mayor, told me to drop out because it's not my time. There was only one person who came to me and was like, rose me up and was like, thanked me for running, and that was Randy Thurston. The first time
cool guy.
The first time I announced, it was last year at a Pueblo West Chamber event. And Randy came and introduced himself after, and he was like, "My name's Randy Thurston." Now, this was before he even announced. And he was like, I was on city council for 8 years, and I think you really need to run and really fight for Pueblo. I hear it in your voice. But, Regina told me that I'd run for anything, and I've never ran for office before, so I don't know what she's talking about. That's the problem with the leaders in this town. They don't want to pass the torch. And then it's more of a ego. This is my legacy. It's not your time. Well, let me tell you something. Being in city council in Pueblo, Colorado is not my legacy. Making $500 a month is not my legacy. Well, my legacy is what I leave for my kids and my grandchildren and the youth for Pueblo. So for the older generation to keep telling the youth, get seasoned. How are we going to get seasoned when you keep telling us not to run for things? And then when you guys retire, Pueblo's left with nobody to run it because you guys didn't pass the torch.
I said that at Fuel and Iron.
And then I just want to piggyback on what Sam just said. He brought up Regina's name, so let's just throw it out there. She is the most, I don't know, let me say this respectfully, most egotistical, conniving.
I like you, Regina.
Two-faced, what's another nice word? Hypocritical human being. Because she was so against the mayor form of government, and then at the last minute, at the 11th hour, she said, "Oh, I didn't see anybody running that could bring forward together and restore Pueblo. And I'm running on restoring Pueblo." Well, you were against it. Only reason she was against it because she hates our mayor with a passion. Because her and Lori Winter, God bless those two lovely ladies, love them both. But anywho, both of them and a coalition of small fraction of people were against the mayor form of government because they knew they couldn't get enough signatures to trigger a recall against our current mayor, especially in a mayoral election year. So that was their alternative solution. And then I do have something right here, a letter that Regina sent out bad-mouthing our city clerk when she's nonpartisan. She helps out city council and everything every single Monday. And then Lori over here at a meeting a few months ago said that our city clerk was full of it. We all knew what she was talking about.
So just for record, my slogan's Pueblo first and politics second, if you guys didn't know. And I proved that by calling out Democrats and Republicans who put politics first and Pueblo second. So I'm just not picking on the Democrats. I've called out Lori. I've called out Regina. So, like I said, I'm truly putting Pueblo first, and I'm showing that by calling out both sides.
You also called out Vicente Martinez Ortega.
Yeah, but let's put
what
that
you
in
gotta say is like all 4 of his names.
3.
Let's put that in perspective. What Regina did was try and take the mayor out of and go back to city management. Be like me talking stuff about street champs for like 6 years, trying to get it untelevised. Then all of a sudden, I call you, Deryk. Can I be on an episode of Street Champs?
I'd be like, come on, let's talk about it.
Yeah, but you can't do that. You can't try to tear something down and then when you fail, be like, I'm going to join them instead of,
That's true. I mean, but it's different. It's different though because political aspects are a little bit different than this podcast. I think I'm always one for people can change. I think people change.
I don't think we could change her. But does Pueblo want to vote for somebody that has not only filed bankruptcy once, but filed it twice and has an arrest record, although that the charges were dropped in the late 90s when I was a youngin'. 2 charges of domestic violence, and she tries to champion domestic violence, trying to piggyback off of what I was running on in 2021. And then those 2 were dropped, which were misdemeanors, and then she even had a felony that was dropped, which was burglary. I wonder how she had those dropped.
As a business owner, if I can't trust you to be okay with your own money and handle your own money and handle your own budget, I ain't bringing you on my team to be my business partner.
How many times has Trump been bankrupt?
Yeah, but how many times have you went back to being a billionaire, though?
I mean, you got to take that setback to get, you need to pull back that slingshot to get that, propel. I don't even know how I fucked it up, but
the Bart Simpson with the slingshot.
Yeah, like you got to get back here. You got to go through that bankruptcy to get up here to your billionaire status. So
I agree with that, but at the same time, are you using bankruptcy as a tool to just get out of jail card, or did you really need it to get back on top? Because you'd be surprised how many people max out all their credit cards, bankruptcy, build their credit back up, max all their credit cards out, bankruptcy. So they're using it. There's a loophole. Just like when I got hit by the drunk driver who ran away and they found him 4 hours later sober.
Yeah.
He didn't get a DUI. It's a loophole.
I didn't know about that loophole. That's so insane.
Oh.
That's like insane to me.
So as some of you guys don't know, I was hit by a drunk driver August 31st. My clavicle's still broken. But he ran away from the scene, found him 4 hours later sober, so he didn't get drunk driving, but he still got a 4th degree felony because he hit and ran and broke my bone. But when there's loopholes in our system and the criminals know about it, then our system is broken.
Yeah. You think he knew he could get away and just... I don't think he knew that. I don't think anyone knows that.
Well, they do now.
Yeah, they do now. That's insane.
But, who knows?
Yeah. But, you brought the letter, Elvis?
Well, I have actually on my phone. I don't have the exact physical paper.
Of what?
He said a letter that... I don't know.
The letter because Regina... sent them out to voters that were against the no mayor thing.
Huh.
Asking for donations and their vote from, I think it said from $20, check this box, $50. There was even a box for $1,000.
Yeah, I haven't... I mean, it's probably public information how much money you guys have gotten, right?
Oh, I have it right here.
How much money have you guys received?
Wow.
Who paid you to ask me that question? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I don't know.
I brought in $1,615, and out of that $1,615, I put in $206 of my own money.
I did like $1,250, and out of that, I was like $1,220. I did $720 myself.
Nice. He knew the answer.
Yeah. So, and the reason why I didn't take a lot of endorsements, a lot of my friends that own businesses, they wanted to give me money and stuff, but I told them, you know what, I took a hit, my business took a hit, speaking up on some issues. I don't want you and your business and your family to take a hit because you endorsed me. So I'm very loyal to the people that are loyal to me.
What counts as an endorsement though? Like, I don't think
anybody could give you a shout out. Like if I say, like, I endorse Randy Thurston for mayor, so that's an endorsement. Or I could sign Randy a check for $500. That's an endorsement.
Huh. And then the endorsements
Deryk Trujillo coming out and saying he endorses Sam Hernandez. That's an endorsement. Thank you for that. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I mean, you might. I mean,
and then
You're running against
Joe Latino.
Joe Latino. You know,
Pete Madrid
Between you and him.
and Tom Kerrigan. He's running on the east side, Belmont
So,
area downtown.
I'm going to give a shout out to Pete Madrid. He's running against me, but he's not running against me because he has the same commitment for the youth for me as I do, and the same commitment to District 2 that I know if me or him wins, and I believe he's a Democrat. I strongly believe with either me or him that it's going to be the best for District 2.
I mean, you know, I think
Joe Latino keeps calling me Steve, so he's pulling a Joe Biden. So I just
oh no.
So I just want to piggyback off of what he was saying. Endorsements. The endorsements that I have received are the people of Pueblo, the voters of Pueblo, my future constituents. The endorsements that one of my opponents has gotten is a falsehood.
Wait, you're running against
Brandon Martin.
Brandon.
And then Mark Aliff, but I'm talking about Mr. Martin.
Mark Aliff, he's really good too. Sorry, Elvis. Mark Aliff, he's a great candidate.
I'm a better one.
Are you saying that seriously, or are you?
No, I'm dead serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're like looking at
Mark
me.
Aliff was another seasoned candidate that pulled me aside and said, if you ever need anything, if you have questions, call me. Took me under his wing, and he kind of rose me up too.
Damn, that's cool.
So you know, like I said, a lot of these older candidates.
That's what Regina did for me, honestly.
Did she do that for you, or did she use you for your podcast?
Well, I don't know. She's always been really nice to me.
She was chiming in when I was commenting.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
she's here?
Is she here?
No. When I was commenting when she was on your show back in March,
Oh yeah. She was.
I had to poke the bear.
Yeah, I mean,
But how I said, I'm not running on false endorsements like my opponent saying that Candace Revere, the Canon Clicker Recorder, endorsed him. He put that on the questionnaire, and then when he saw my Facebook post the other day, he messaged me on Messenger, said he just emailed the reporter of that questionnaire, and they took that down immediately. But he still has up that he was endorsed by our sheriff and by our county treasurer, which I don't see no proof.
Yeah, they both all those people he said endorsed him never said it live or publicly.
well, like, how do you? Okay, live or public? Okay, that's pretty
He's
good
already
idea.
running on lies.
So
Just because his daddy is the deputy chief of the police department.
Oh well, that makes sense. Like, can't the sheriff just be like?
but the sheriff's going to want to come out publicly.
Sheriff's
and say
department and police department are two different entities.
So Joe Latino did
They're
the
like
same
that,
thing.
though.
He said that
Close.
Commissioner Zach Swearingen endorsed him, and I talked to Commissioner Swearingen. He said I did not endorse Joe. I gave him a letter of recommendation, and that's it. He said I did not endorse Joe because I think you're one of the better candidates for District 2, but Joe's been a longtime life friend, so I wrote him a thing, but I did not publicly endorse him. So what these candidates are doing, they're saying I'm endorsed by this person, this person, this person who's high up, and it makes it look like they're getting all this love and attention when they're really not.
Can you get in trouble for that?
No.
Oh damn! So I could be like, oh, Barack Obama endorses me.
Hey, if that's the case,
I don't know if that'd be a good thing or a bad thing.
if that's
Well,
the
I'll be
case,
like,
For Pablo, it'd be a good thing.
Yeah, and everyone endorses me.
if that's the case, Dwayne the Rock Johnson endorsed me. If you smell, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. But no, that's exactly putting Pablo first and politics second.
Yeah.
Don't lie to the people what you stand for. Don't lie to the people who endorsed you. Be real, and if that doesn't get you elected, at least you know you ran on the truth.
That was a joke, people. I do not know The Rock personally, nor Stone Cold Steve Austin. They did not endorse me.
So that's my whole thing. Like, you don't like that I'm pro-life. You don't like that I'm pro-small business or pro-police, and you don't vote for me. I gotta wake up every day and know I told the truth. And if these people are gonna lie to one certain group and lie to another certain group to get voted in, then they gotta live with that.
Huh. Well, I feel like there's a line on all these, though. You said you're pro-life, but then you gave us some ideas where you necessarily would understand. So like,
I'm not encouraging it.
yeah,
But but I'm also not at the abortion clinics telling these women they're going to hell either.
yeah.
You know what I
that's
mean?
extreme.
I'm pro-life. I'm going to fight for the innocent, but I'm not going to be at these abortion clinics yelling at these people you're going to hell.
And then
There's a thing called 2-4 right, 2-4 left, and they're both bad for everybody.
and then
I
how
agree with that.
and then how I see it, no politician morally, either locally, state, or federally, should be telling a woman what to do with her body, nor should any man tell a woman what to do with her body. I identify as a man. What do you identify as?
You know, I'm still coming to terms with it. No, I'm just kidding. I think I'm a cisgender male. I think that's what they call me.
Oh, are we going to get on the pronoun subject right now?
Pronouns, baby.
I think cis is what you're assigned at birth. I think that's what that means.
You're going to catch some heat right now.
Why? Isn't that not true?
No, it's true, but you're going to catch some heat right now for saying that.
Relax. PG. Keep it PG.
No, but
I think that's like the political PC thing, this cisgender.
Is what?
Is the political thing to say?
Assist?
No, cis. I think it's SIS, gender, cisgender.
You mean like scientific fact that you're a male because you were born a male?
No, that's what I identify as, because I identify as a man that was assigned male at birth. I think that's, and then I think what the opposite is I forget the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Cis
Non-cis?
You know, and this might sound a little insensitive and stuff like that, but if we asked every single person we ever talked to what's their pronoun is, we would never be able to have a conversation. Because I would have to go up to you, hey, Deryk, before I call you sir or ma'am, what do you identify as?
They or them, you know?
You know, it's just, it's to the point where even my LGBTQ friends are like, it's getting too crazy.
You know, but it's kind of like how you present, I feel like. Because, you know, you could be male presenting or female presenting. You know, have you heard of that one?
No.
You can, you know, like I could be I could be a woman, I could be a female, and I could present as a male.
So do you think it's my job to know what you identify as, or do you think it should just be...
And then it's cisgender. CISGENDR.
Cisgender.
Sorry about that. I thought it was SIS.
You know, do you think it's my obligation to know what you identify, what him, her, you know, like I don't have that much time in the day.
I personally haven't talked to that many transitioning people, probably like 2 or 3.
Now if you came up to me and we start talking and you're like, hey, I'm ma'am. Okay, well, I'll call you ma'am. But if you're going to be disrespectful and like I just saw you for the first time, be like, hey, how you doing, bro? You know, and you're like, go off on me, then I'm going to be like,
I'm not a bro.
Yeah.
A bra.
Like did you see that person in GameStop?
It's ma'am.
Motherfucker, you want to see a man? Let's go outside. Like, all right, well, to any naked eye, I thought you were a man.
Oh, no, wait. I don't think we're talking about the same one.
The GameStop?
Yeah,
lady.
She's like, it's ma'am.
Yeah.
She's obviously trying to present as a woman.
Yeah, but the way she came at it, like,
I...
when you're like, I'm a ma'am, and like you're flexing, and you got bigger muscles than me, like, all right, like, my bad.
But like, at what point are you just like you're being considerate? You're being vigilant of this person is.
But how considerate do you have to be? Like if they say I'm a cat, I'm gonna pee in a cat litter, like, and they go and pee in a cat litter, like, do you have to agree with that?
I just wouldn't even call them anything if they're too ambiguous.
Furries.
I would just be like thank you so much, or like there you go, or like what else? How I don't know what.
See, and like if you're over 18, I don't care what you do in your bedroom. I don't care what you do or what you say you are, who you want to be. You want to be a cat, go be a cat.
Yeah.
But the moment you go to elementary schools and start pushing your agenda on these little kids, that's where I draw the line.
We're talking about that. How do you feel about that? You got big mug. You don't drink alcohol?
No.
Why not?
Personal reasons.
What? Why?
We'll talk that.
I almost got canceled right now.
Talk about that after this.
Okay.
So one of my opponents, he's part of the LGBT community. Not a problem with that. You know, I have friends that are part of the LGBT.
I kind of fuck with that. He was in Vietnam gay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
I give respect for that. And like I said, I got friends, families, LGBTQ. We play around, we mess around, play football, you know, come to Thanksgiving dinner, stuff like that. And they agree, you know, whatever they want to do, they can do. I'm not against anybody being happy, whatever. Mm-hmm. But he's for drag queens going to school, elementary schools and reading books to children.
He's like said that?
Yeah, he posted.
Love is love.
So that's where I draw the line. It's up to the schools to educate our kids. It's up to the parents to raise our kids. And we had a conversation where, oh, you're against drag queens and LBQ. I said, no, if a straight man walked into the school and read a book to kids, and he told, before he started reading the book, he told the kids what him and his wife did the night before, I'm going to be like, get the hell out. These kids don't need to know what grown-ups do in their free time.
But do you think that, like, okay, imagine I'm a drag queen. All right, and I'm going in there.
Okay, I got my imagination cap on.
All right,
it's on. It's on.
Imagine I'm a drag queen.
And then are you going to shave first or just keep that little stubble?
I'm going to keep it, you know?
Okay.
Okay, I'm a drag queen. I'm going in to talk to,
What's your name?
Bianca.
My name's Elvis. No.
Let him talk.
All right, so I'm going in there. And
Dressed up as a drag queen?
Dressing as a drag queen.
Okay.
In full drag queen garb.
Okay.
I sit down and I start reading, a book. What do you think the introduction that they're saying is? They're like, "Hey, my name's Brittany, and I'm gonna read Bye Bye Sheep to you."
So my kid's a kindergartner.
Okay.
He don't know what anything is.
He thinks it's a pretty girl.
No, probably not. But you got your mustache still, so I got my imagination cap on there. But you're gonna confuse these kids. Like, these kids are thinking about the book, going outside for recess, what's for lunch. Now they have a man dressed up as a girl, and now they're questioning things. Like, Dad, is it okay to be a girl? Like, if that's what you want to be when you're older, 18-year-old, and they decide, hey, Dad, I'm trans, whatever, I'm not going to agree with it, but I'm going to love them and accept it. But if you're going in there and my kid's 5 years old, and now you're making him question things that he doesn't even need to be questioning or never questioned it before,
so
you're putting the apple in their head.
So drag queens are no, but trans people are okay to read it to children. Like, if you're fully trans and like you look like a woman, like, you could go read to my kid.
I'm all for
it depends what the message is, because there's some books, I don't know if you've seen the books, there's some books that are like talking about sex and stuff, but they're little kids books.
Oh no, you gotta read like
age appropriate.
Caterpillar.
Yeah,
age appropriate.
Now if you're going in there and you're actually reading the book to read the book and because you want to educate the children, I'm okay with it. But if you're having your own secret agendas, keep that out of the kids' classroom.
See, I've never seen a drag queen speech to kids. I don't know how, like...
Oh, look on YouTube. You can go to YouTube right now and type in drag queen reading the kids.
And then I'm all for people living their own lives how they want. How I said earlier, every action has a reaction, but just don't put that on people who don't believe that way.
Curly said, you said, I don't think kids sexualize other... What did
people. Other people.
You're right. Kids learn what they want, what they're taught. Yeah. So you just proved my point.
And then
if they're going in there and teaching them different things, they're going to learn that.
And then
that's why I said that it's up to the schools to educate my kids.
Wait, Elvis,
not
squeak
raise
on
them.
it. Squeak on it, Elvis.
And then I'm not up to date if this is happening in our district or in District 70. So what would your thoughts be for...
Were these donated by Big Bear?
Not necessarily donated. I'd do like... they sponsor the show, I guess, is what the whole shebang is. I don't know about donated is the right word.
What's your thought?
Did you get these at Big Bear then?
Oh yeah, Big Bear. Big Bear is the only place we get our alcohol.
Shout out to Big Bear.
So what's your thoughts and or opinions on biological males being in women sports, either at a school level or at a state level, national level, Olympics, stuff like that? Or vice versa.
First off, I'm gonna.
Ooh, I got something to say on that.
I'm not gonna cap at all. I don't watch women's sports at all. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about men's sports either. Like, I don't watch shit.
So I have two daughters.
Hold on.
I don't watch NBA. I don't watch NFL. Like, I don't watch anything. So like,
hold on a minute, because in some instances there are what's called co-ed sports. Okay.
I played co-ed softball last year.
I'm playing co-ed kickball.
Did you?
I'm playing it right now.
So aside with co-ed, meaning two, how many genders are there? Or are we going to get canceled?
How many genders are there? How many do you think?
1, 2. Am I canceled?
I don't know. I don't necessarily like
biologically.
There's questioning. I think there's stuff in between. Like you have, because there was that shit. Hermaphrodites are born with penises.
Well, yes, that's very, very rare. Or intersex, I think that's what it's called too.
Born with nothing. Some people have just nothing down there.
Well, they have to have something.
No, like some people are just like all fucked up. Like they don't have nothing. I'm pretty positive.
Well, do you sculpt something?
I like your cat.
She's Joe.
So I have 2 sons, 2 daughters.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to teach my kids. I'm going to teach my daughters to be very strong and independent. Mm-hmm. but I'm going to raise them. You don't have to compete with men.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of women that are like, you're a feminist, or you're against women's rights and all this. No, I have 2 daughters. I'm married. I'm going to teach my daughters, to be very strong, independent. We all have strengths. Being a man, we have different strengths from women.
I've been called a misogynist.
I've heard
Not
that.
true.
I've heard people
having
fake news.
Being women, they have different strengths, and I'm going to teach them they don't have to compete with men, but they also don't have to take shit from men either. I'm going to teach my sons, don't ever compete with a woman, and don't ever, think you're above a woman. But at the same time, if my daughter's playing volleyball or swimming or, and a man wants to join that sport and kicks my daughter's ass in it, you're going to have something coming to you, because I'm not saying girls can't compete, but men are biological stronger, and you put them at a disadvantage. If the LA Lakers played the LA, what's the WNBA team?
I don't know.
Knights, right? Oh, no.
I was going to say Liberty, but I think that's New York.
No, well, Tom Brady owns the WNBA team in Vegas now. If you put the Lakers against them, they're just going to get dominated. Not saying the women basketball players aren't legit. They are. And I'm not taking anything away from them. But when you put them against 6'5" LeBron James that can dunk over you, like, it's not fair.
It's King James to you.
And it's like, I don't think biological men, when they transition or not, should be able to compete in women's sports. Yeah. Do you think biological men that's transitioned should be able to go to women's prison? Absolutely not.
Well, I think
I worked for the Department of Corrections for 5 years too. So
about the sports thing, first off, like there's a great line, like, obviously when you're transitioning, you should probably take some time off, get your gender, I don't know necessarily, like, pinpoint
aligned.
That sounds weird. Pinpoint your gender,
get
like
your testosterone, like, less and less kind of thing.
Like you should be like the gender that you're saying, like,
LA Sparks.
LA Sparks.
So that's going to piss some people off, but you can't make everybody happy. Like, I don't,
But that's professional. Like, when you're in high school and shit like that, like, because there's people transitioning as early as probably like 13 or 14 probably now. I don't even know, but I'm just kind of guessing.
Have you ever had these hot button issue topics on here?
I mean, not with 2 freaking masterminds like you guys. Usually we're just talking shit.
Masterminds.
Look at this.
Hey, don't give him a bigger head than he has.
You got a bolo tie on?
So let me ask you a question.
Who?
I might get you canceled. So who's the boss, you or your wife, Steph? Shout out, Steph. Hi.
It's always a wife, bro.
I don't want to get him canceled.
My dad taught me at a young age, a happy wife is a happy life.
That's why I'm single.
So,
and then for those watching this, that's not being a misogynist. It was a joke, okay?
But and it's hard to talk to strong-headed women that think that they have to compete with men and that they have something to prove, because no matter what you say, you're against women. And I'm just like, no, I'm not against women. Trust me, I'm not. Like, you guys have the same rights we do. Like, you guys are not going on the back of the buses. You guys are able to vote. And I think the women that have, that are strongly competing with these men have issues from home life or something where they always saw their, something downplay. And I feel sorry for them, and I reach out to them like, you don't have nothing to prove. You don't have to compete with men. We all have different strengths, and capitalize on your strength and prove that, you can hold your own.
Do you know what the manosphere is?
Nope.
I don't.
So
sounds something woke though, but explain.
It was kind of like a wave. Oh, is there something you guys?
No, I'm good.
Kind of like a wave of a media
I'm innocent.
that went around, YouTube and shit. But it was kind of just saying a high quality man versus like a low quality or high quality woman. Would you guys consider yourself high quality men?
I bring a lot to the table. I own 3 businesses. My wife owns 1, and I believe it was my job
She's a smart lady.
As a husband to provide for my family. So my wife's able to stay at home. She still owns a business, and she's able to watch our 4 children. Let me give you guys a prime example. I'm left with my 4 kids for 20 minutes.
He loses his mind.
And I'm losing my mind. My son Lazarus
Four
is
kids.
4 kids.
Wow.
13, 6, 5, and 2 years old. I'm losing my mind. I don't know. Like, they're throwing ramen, they're throwing TV, the crayons everywhere.
Throwing a
and
tantrum.
I just lock myself in the bedroom and just wait for this.
13 and 2 is crazy different.
Yeah. But my wife watches them and they're watching TV, they're doing crafts. I can't do that. That's her strength. My strength is like, you guys want to wrestle? Let's
You guys
go.
wanna wrestle?
You guys want to
Let's
fight?
go, kids.
You want to fight? You know, me, my son, he calls me the Hulk. He's Spider-Man. And, you know, sometimes we're watching TV and all of a sudden he just socks me. You know, and he's like, let's go. And I'm like, okay, that's our relationship. But that's the strength I don't have, but she has. And we complement each other on
That's cute as
things
fuck.
I can't do, but she can. And there's things she can't do, but I can. So I think I'm high quality man because I provide for my family. If something falls on the family, I put it on my back. I put it on my shoulders and I make sure it gets done. And she's the same way. She's high quality. I think if you think anybody's low quality or piece, you know, you're a piece. Like everybody, you know, I talk to janitors the same way I talk to CEOs. You know.
And then are you saying your wife is smarter than you?
Oh, by all means. I got my GED. So just to show you guys out there, anybody who got a GED that's thinks they can't do nothing in life, keep moving, guys, because there's some people that think college education is the only way to go, and it's not. I own 3 businesses. You know, education does not prove that you're smart. I know a lot of educated people that do not have common sense. So, like anybody that's, you know,
I think some of them are current elected leaders.
you know, school's not for me. I have ADHD. Like when I was supposed to be reading, I'm thinking about the duck outside, you know, flying. Oh, look at that duck. He has 3 kids, you know? So, you know, I flunked out got my GED, but I encourage anybody, you know, keep going, guys.
Yeah, honestly, I went to college. I've had pretty good jobs, and no one has ever asked me to see my degree. You could just like.
I went to college for 1 semester. I thought I was going to be a lawyer. And I was like, nope.
That'd be cool.
I went to college for 2 semesters equals 1 year.
Hell yeah! What'd you go to college for, Elvis?
Oh, at PCC for culinary arts and got a certificate and then went into home healthcare, so I didn't even use my certificate.
I could see you as a chef.
TTLP, if you lived in Pueblo, you'd vote for Elvis. Well, you could still
Thank you.
let everybody know that if you know people in Pueblo, I don't know where you're from, they could still vote for Elvis.
He's a friend of the show. He's here all the time.
Is he? Where's he from?
I think he's from Georgia, but he lives in Springs.
Okay.
And then if we could get onto a hot button issue that here locally and everything, our youth, because there's not enough youth programs out there such as rec centers and everything for youth to go to. And why we see some crime too that everybody could agree with, it's how these kids are raised. And if they're raised by a single mom and mom is working at nights, where is that child or children that she has? What are they doing? Are they getting into mischief? Is there more afternoon programs or night programs for the kids to be with? That's where we need to focus our money and energy on.
Let me tell you why we don't have more programs, because they treat everybody like the stepchild, and Boys and Girls Club gets all the money, and programs like La Gente, who is on the dog patch east side of Pueblo, doing the exact same thing that the Boys and Girls Club are doing, but they're not getting no funding.
Well, the Boys and Girls Club, I feel like, has more national spotlight anyway. They have commercials and stuff.
So we should be spending more local money on local programs than if they're national.
That's a good point.
You know,
I don't know if they are, but like I see them. You know, you see them on TV, right?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not against the Boys and Girls Club. I think it's a great program, but I think we should be spreading our money.
Spread the love
To all these programs that are doing the same thing.
Yeah. I don't really see a problem with that, honestly. I think that makes sense.
So let me ask you a
I don't think it's
question.
a hot button issue at all.
How? What do you think about the mayor race?
I mean, if it's really easy to in what regard? In you know, make it more like pointed, because there's so many regards I can go off of it.
Okay, because of course you probably already heard that because with the exception of you and Mr. Tom that you're running against, his last name is Crochel, both of you guys haven't held Tom Crochel.
Who?
He sat next to Mayor Gradishar for the debate.
Who?
Both of you guys haven't held elective office, and then there's these others saying, oh, well, I've been here 50 years. Well, I'm not saying elected office for 50 years. That's just sort of exaggerating. But I've been doing this and this and this and blah, blah, blah. I have the experience, blah, blah, blah. But then in my debate on the night prior, I said, because Mark Aliff was talking about the youth and saying, or are we saying that the older people shouldn't have a seat at the table? I said the older people have had a seat at the table all these years, and where has Pueblo gone? Nowhere. We haven't been climbing at the rate that
Deryk
Pueblo
said that.
should.
Deryk said all this
rise
experience we have has gotten us. Deryk called it out.
Yeah, experience. Not all experience is good experience on the local, state, and national level when you vote. Vote for Medea for president 2024.
TTLP, I'm glad you're happy to see this. I saw your comment about Big Buddy running for mayor. I appreciate that comment. Been losing a little weight, trying to.
Where?
But that's
You're just tall. You're like what, 6 foot?
Shoot, I wish. I'm 5'9". I used to be 5'10" before my accident, and then now I got a bulging disc, so now it knocked me down like an inch.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
But
as regards to the last question, what do I think about the mayor race? Like, I'll give it a serious answer. I thought it was going to be a lot more complicated to run. They don't really publicize the whole, path to run, which makes sense.
I don't think they have enough debates.
Yeah, they don't have enough debates. That's a good
one
point.
debate is not enough to show people what you really stand for. Mm-hmm. I think they should have had like one debate every month, or one every 2 weeks. Let the people really know. Like you can't.
They need to be longer and wilder.
Yeah, harder questions.
Yeah, let us just talk.
Well, and then when I ran in 2021,
I think it'd be a shit show if that. Everybody's attacking everybody.
And then
fuck it, that's what it needs to be.
And then when I ran in 2021, we had a couple of what they call candidatings, which there's 5, 6, 7 people at one table and everything, and every 5 to 8 minutes, the candidates rotate from table 1, table 2, and so on and so forth. So you're talking about topics, whatever those people at that table want to talk about, and that goes on until you've been to all 5, 6, 7, 8 tables that they have up, which they didn't have this year.
Yep.
It was only one and done. And all the candidates showed up except one.
Who?
Vicente Martinez Ortega, because he doesn't know how to debate.
So it's Vicente Martinez Ortega?
Yes.
I would say Ortega Martinez.
Martinez Ortega.
Okay. I want to just, I know me and Vicente don't get along.
Why not?
I'll answer that right now. But I never said Martinez Ortega or Ortega Martinez out of disrespect. I'm a little dyslexic. I told you I have ADHD. So, want to make that. It's Martinez Ortega. Okay.
VMO.
All right, VMO.
Vicente Martinez Ortega. But why don't you guys get along? Or you don't want to answer that.
Thank you. He said I look swole, not big. So take that as a compliment. Thank you.
I'm not little, bro. I'm pretty big.
I would say he looks like something else, but it's not PG.
Why don't I get along with Vicente? Let me give you guys a story.
Hidden agendas.
Oh, be quiet. Let me give you guys a story. So I was in the Boys and Girls Club when I was younger.
Okay.
And Vicente was there. He was like a
troop leader,
counselor.
Okay.
And I loved him, bro. I didn't know this was Vicente until after I didn't know this was the same Vicente till after I met him, right? So Vicente used to always encourage us, follow your dreams, go to school. If you don't go to school, follow your path. And he guided the youth.
That's good.
I loved him, bro.
You should say that.
And then when I got older, like a year ago, I was like, who's this Vicente Martinez Ortega guy? He's just telling our people that we're victims. Christopher Columbus is wrong.
You're Native American?
Huh?
You're Native American?
I'm Mexican, Hernandez.
Okay.
But
I'm part Native.
And this guy, back then he had short hair. And this was I didn't even know it was the same Vicente because he looks totally different. And I don't like being victim. I don't have a victim mindset. Our people don't have a victim mindset. We're hardworking people. We get what we work for.
I think he's talking about Native Americans.
Yeah, no. But,
he is.
Who, Vicente?
Yeah, I think he's talking about Native Americans.
But no, he said before, like, the white people have everybody down kind of thing like that.
Okay.
So I was like, who's this guy telling my kids and my people that the white people have us down and we can't do what we want to do in life because of it?
He said that, like, at a school?
No, this was after, like, way after, like, now, like, when I'm grown up.
Oh, okay.
Before, he was like, go to school, follow your dreams kind of stuff. He came up to me after I called him out, and he shook my hand, and he was like, you don't remember me, do you? And I'm like, I don't know you. He's like, Vicente, Boys and Girls Club. And I was heartbroken because first of all, I looked up to him. Like, he was the coolest dude ever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really called you out. I can't go back on it. Like, but, and I asked him, I'm like, what happened to you? Like, you used to tell us we could do whatever we want, and now you want us to blame the white man for everything. And he was like, well, things changed and all this, and he couldn't give me a right answer. And I was like, you used to inspire the youth to do whatever they want. Now you're inspiring them to blame the white man, and I'm not okay with it. But I think deep down, if I win council and he wins council, we'll go out to lunch. I'll take him out to lunch, and because we got to work for the people. We got to work for Pueblo, even if we don't agree. That we got to remember that we're working for Pueblo, and we got to come to the sense that you're a Democrat, I'm Republican, you agree with this, I agree with this, but we need to remember that we need to do what's best for Pueblo.
And city council is nonpartisan, but most of them, almost every other week on second and fourth Mondays, show their party and everything. Not all, some.
Who's Brian Cruz?
I have no idea.
Familiar.
I have no idea who these people are.
TTLP, I appreciate you sticking up for us. You know, they're like, if they want to be informed, watch this. I don't care if you're watching the other people running against me, but be informed and know who you're voting for. And then if you don't vote, I don't want to hear that you're mad how the city's being ran because you didn't use your vote to mean anything.
Okay, and then let's move on to a question that's on our ballot for 2A. Ooh. That all of us are voting on. Well,
2A, hold on. 2A is a lodging tax. So, like, if people from Springs and Denver, they got to pay more to stay in our hotels. Well, first of all, if I go to Springs in Denver and they have a lodging tax, I'm going to be pissed. The lodging tax is going to help 37 families for daycare. Just 37. So you mean all this money that's charging extra for people to come visit Pueblo is only going to help 37 families? Who picks the 37 families? Political game. Your friends. Their friends. Also, who comes to visit Pueblo unless it's for the State Fair or the Chili Fest?
Or street rods.
All the people that come to Pueblo, they don't even like staying in the hotels in Denver because the homeless are there. We got to fix Pueblo before we do lodging tax. Like, who says they're coming to Pueblo? Unless it's a Chili Fest or State Fair. Let's be real. I love Pueblo. We're the home of the heroes. My city. I love it. But at the same time, we got to be smarter. If we're going to do lodging tax, let's clean up the crime or something.
Yeah, put that into like a general fund.
Yeah, for 37 families?
And then that's an added 1.5% on top of our lodging tax, which is about $1.50 per $100.
So his best friend was the one that made this, Elvis Martinez.
Como best friend.
Como.
I don't know Spanish, but
he's all Hernandez.
Yeah, I'm a fake Mexican, but I make the best street tacos.
But wait, let's keep talking about before we get on the lodging thing. I want to finish off on the topic about the Native American things, and I want to squeak on the Christopher Columbus statue.
Oh, okay,
that was a hot button issue.
Opinion you want first?
Well, you know, like.
All right, so I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
All right,
you ready for this? This might get me canceled.
Okay,
but. I know a lot of Native Americans. Some of them agree with them. Some of them don't. A lot of them said Christopher Columbus came in and brought guns and killed all these people. But you guys forget. I know Mexican, Aztecs, and Mayans and stuff. They raped each other's tribes, scalped each other, ripped each other's hearts out for the gods, the sun gods, the sacrifice and everything. Like, they were not just singing Kumbaya on freaking Pocahontas and sharing corn with each other. They were literally sacrificing each other's tribes, raping their kids and stuff. That's a fact. Don't say it. I'm just making things up. Did Christopher Columbus come in and with guns and, kill people and stuff? Yeah, but like that was the time back then. That was how it was. Do I agree with it? No. Do I agree what happened in World War II? No. Do I agree what happened to the slaves in America? No. But don't act like Christopher Columbus came while you guys were all eating corn with each other's tribes and stuff and not, like, if you're going to be mad and hold Christopher Columbus to a higher statue and call him this evil guy, but look away when the Native Americans were doing that to each other. Have you ever seen that movie, Apocalypto?
Yeah. It's all subtitles. I hate it.
Yeah, but it was good, though.
It was good.
It was good.
I only watched it one time and I was like, nah, fuck that.
They literally did that to the tribes. They would kidnap them and tell them to run in a straight line, and they would have to dodge the spears.
Yeah.
Now, I couldn't throw a spear 50 yards, but they could. You know, like don't like. It's a victim mindset. Like the Native Americans, they get free college now. They could live in their sanctions and not. They got free land. Like, am I saying that's a cure for it?
Have you been to the reservations though, bro?
I have not,
Dude. It
but
is
I know
so awful. It's like a third world country. Like I used to go to school right next to them. A lot of them don't even have running water. Some of them they lose electricity after like.
But they're not
9 p.m.
forced to be there, though, right?
Well, no, it's just like
they could leave and just join us, correct?
I mean, it's like, but it's tribal land, so it's like they're jaded because it's tribal land. So like, you know, they're kind of jaded under the misconception that we are too. Like these people have our best interest in mind, but in reality they don't, because you know you look at, you know, there are a lot of the Native American money is going to the casinos, which is like that's a hot topic there too, like because they're all like a lot of them suffer from like alcohol addiction, and you know they're like gambling addicts. So like that's
I can't go to Vegas.
You know,
I'll put 5,000 on blackjack right now.
So like, but like the Native Americans like don't have it like
kosher,
awesome,
like
yeah.
And then, if I could ask you a question real quick, Deryk. This is
hold on. What's Brian Cruz saying? Let's answer the question, but don't answer the question.
No, he's talking with that other person right there.
Oh, okay.
But anywho, and I know how you're probably going to answer it, and you two are going to have a different answer. But in the newspaper, I think it was Monday that they put in there that Forging Pueblo endorsed several candidates and everything, put in their Christian values. And not everybody's Christian. There's Christian, Catholic, Jews, Mormons, etc., and etc. Because we're Pueblo, there's different people who believe differently and everything, and people could believe however they want on religion. So, do you think that a group that is formed within the church should be into our city politics?
No.
And want people with their values and not even have open-minded people with a bit different values?
Well, hold on. I'll answer that because I'm endorsed by Forging Pueblo. Now the union did the exact same thing Forging Pueblo did. They endorsed all the Democrats. They didn't call one Republican. So if you think what the union did was okay, but what the church did wasn't okay, you're part of the problem.
But there's a line though. Like it's not just cut and dry. It's not black and white like that. You know, it's like, well, do I want the church like giving like a bunch of like money to this one candidate, like thousands and like more money than everybody else? Like, so no one in Pueblo has it like that. But like, you know, there has to be a line. You know, am I okay with them giving like an endorsement and like a little bit of money? Yeah, that's cool.
So they didn't give us no money at all.
Correct.
Well, I'm not even speaking on your situation, but like in my own vision, like what am I okay with? You know, just as morals. Like, no, I don't think it matters. But once, you know, if the Catholic Church was just giving you millions of dollars to do your own stuff, like yeah,
I would chime in and agree with you.
Yeah.
But Forging Pueblo did not give us any money at all. No candidate at all. But people are like, you got to keep politics and religion out of things. But how do you tell somebody to put their morals away and vote? You can't. If that's the case, none of us would be thinking when we voted and we just fill in our circle.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you, but I think you're voting with your heart and your head, but above everyone's pay grade, you know, there should be some kind of line as we just talked about.
And then there's this one group I just found out about them a couple weeks ago called Color Action Fund, which is a group of women that are fighting for, again, women's rights and everything, that endorsed my opponent, but I didn't see any of them endorse any mayoral candidate.
Do you see? This is why we can't have conversations like we are now. Because if they don't agree with you, they call you illiterate, they downgrade you, and this is why you can't have conversations with people who don't think like you do. And these two are proving the exact same point.
No, it's just Brian Cruz.
Yeah.
What's up, Brian?
I fuck with you though.
You know, I might not be the most literate person ever, but you could ask me to see my bank account, and I'll show you how literate that is.
Speak on it.
I'm not the most educated person, but I do own 3 successful businesses. And, yeah, there's that.
He said we are all illiterate.
Y'all. Is y'all even like a word in the dictionary? Y'all are not literate. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You don't even know me, bro.
Oh, now we're fools.
I'm just gonna put him in timeout.
Oh, timeout for the guy who doesn't own businesses or
bring him back.
call people
I wanna
illiterate.
communicate with him.
No, you can't be like that. Like, this is the problem with America, is that, I want to say that I love this right now, and I respect you for bringing people in that's not sees your views and values, because it speaks highly of your maturity level.
No, you guys are good guys. Like, you guys, I think, like, you guys are the kind of guys that, like, it's exactly, it speaks on maturity level, but it's just like speaking to human beings. We're not our beliefs. We're human beings at the end of the day.
Yeah, and like, at the end of this, we're sharing a beer. We don't care. We do care what we believe.
I'm drinking soda.
But at the same time, I'm never going to call you a racist, homophobic, asshole, because you don't agree with me. What I'm going to say is, I respect your own opinion.
Well, I'm not racist or any of those things. Are you any of those things?
No.
Well,
nope.
Yeah, like that's all it boils down to.
But we live in a day and time where if we don't agree with people, we get called that.
Yeah.
And me being Mexican, I love it because the other side can't call me a racist.
Yeah.
Because I'm brown. But if I was white, you better believe they would be calling me a racist right now.
And then what we talked about at the beginning of this, what'd you think when Pueblo Choice gave you a rank of 3 and gave me a rank of 1?
I honestly,
I can see why they gave him a 3, though. Because your values and morals, they tend to be on that side.
Well, what are my values and morals? Like the abortion thing, basically.
Probably because their name's pro-choice.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, and once I said I was pro-life, I obviously knew I wasn't going to get backed by them.
Yeah.
But the same, and I do respect pro-choice for their that article because they didn't lie about me. They said what I believed in. They could have said different things about me that weren't true. So I do give them respect for giving me an honest review and quoting me honestly. And they still gave me a 0, but I do respect you guys for not trying to.
And I just want to tell Jacqueline,
to do that.
Jacqueline and her group of 3, 5, 10 people, 20, however many are in that group, 50, 100, I don't know. But you guys said everything positive about me, but I guess I'm number 1 in your book. So again, I'm plugging myself. I'm also number 1 on the ballot for City Council at large. All you got to do is color in that bubble right there, and Mr. Deryk Trujillo is number 1, 2, 3, 4. All you gotta do is color in that bubble.
What? Why you said 4 numbers? I'm number 4.
And then he's also number 4 for District 2.
For District 2, I'm number 4, guys.
That's cuatro
if
in
you
español.
agree what I'm saying, I would love your support, love your vote.
Viva la raza.
But I encourage everybody to really learn the other 3 candidates and see if they align with you. Like I said, Pete Madrid is a real good guy. I support him. And, he's the only one that encouraged me to stay in the race. The other 2 keep telling me to drop out, but I don't want just your vote because you like what I'm saying, but read and learn every candidate. It's important. This is why Pueblo's not changing, is because we're voting for our friends, voting for our families.
Same old people.
This election is very important, and it's not important for me. It's important for youth. So don't care about your friend, don't care about your cousin, but literally do the research and vote for who you believe in.
And do you ever think you would run for
office
again?
You won't hear another candidate tell you guys that, but that's me putting Pueblo first and politics second. Do the research, vote for the best candidate, and watch how Pueblo changes.
What'd you guys think of that fuel and iron debate thing? It was not even a debate. I don't even know what it was.
It was so the Pueblo Realtors Association put it on. Yeah. I'm endorsed by them too. So yeah. Thank you guys.
Shout out them. Shout out Megan McClure.
Yes.
I don't even know what her last name is. I'm sorry.
So they did a real good job.
Hi, Megan.
They did a real good job. They picked myself, Mark Aleph, Dan Comden for the school board, and some other people to endorse. So they're another group of people who put Pueblo first and politics second because they endorsed 3 Republicans and 3 Democrats. So
the Democrats are Sol Sandoval Tafoya for school board.
Mays.
Judge Mays for school board, and for water, Santa Gutierrez.
So that's
which is a write-in.
That's the organizations we need that are not biased and putting Pueblo first.
Because I bet you the local union here, Deryk, they probably didn't even reach out to you to endorse you, right?
Nope. Yeah, no one's really.
They didn't.
The only people that reached out to me were the Pueblo pro-choice, and as people, they're great people.
They didn't call me.
They didn't call you?
No.
Well.
Dang.
Maybe you gotta amend that. You gotta put your hand out.
So, Sid, am I on your guys' good list or the naughty list? Asking for a friend.
Well, when they
all,
talk,
all of you guys are on my good list.
when they talk bad about you, for the reason of
Love.
you only being pro-life and don't know nothing about you, they already made the decision about you.
Love trumps hate,
Bro,
peoples.
like my dad always told me, he's like, don't let them talk good about your badness, or don't let them talk bad about your goodness.
So I don't know about you guys, but politics are dirty. Have you guys seen? Have you guys noticed that? Nobody's really going after you, right?
You know, I feel like I don't get. You know, there was a few candidates that'd be like, oh, I'm the youngest one running. Then I would like slide in and be like, I'm actually the youngest one running, and then she'd be all like, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was actually in there. I was still in the mayor race when she did that. I'm like, I'm younger, but
Who are we talking about, people? You guys want to say names?
I mean, I like her. Heather Graham's a cool girl. Like, I would love to have her on the podcast. Like, I don't have anything against anyone.
Okay, so my top 3 choices for mayor: Randy Thurston, Heather Graham,
crazy,
Chris Nickel.
crazy. I'm not even on there. I gotta be 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be honest, Derek. I do appreciate you running.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you taking it seriousness. And I if you don't win, I hope you stay involved. Come to city council meetings. Hopefully I win. Whoever wins at large, stay connected, because I think you do have a future. You have a voice in Pueblo, and use it even if you don't win.
The crazy thing is that you would even fathom a future where I don't win, because I thought you were a reasonable man, but you just showed me that you are out of touch with America and society. I'm going to win, and I'm going to change Pueblo, and it's going to be the most beautiful Pueblo we've all dreamed of. I'm going to
So put
3/4 of my salary right back to Pueblo. And Sam,
can we expect some like marijuana bars if you win mayor?
No, we can expect some marijuana reform.
Lounges.
We can expect some marijuana reform. I'm gonna get all the taxes underneath the closest eye possible, and we're gonna improve Pueblo with those dollars.
Okay, I want to ask you another question. If you weren't running for mayor, do you know who you would vote for out of the other 8 candidates, or none? No,
there's not even a future where I could imagine where I wouldn't run for mayor right now. Like, for me to even say that,
I'm putting my imaginary hat back on.
Like, there's no way I could live in Pueblo right now at the same time that this is happening and not be involved in this.
Oh, Jacqueline just commented.
And win. 450, that's fire.
Okay, I do apologize, Jacqueline. I didn't know. Okay, please accept my apology.
But yeah, you know how there's just like some things as like destiny, like karma.
Yeah.
Like, I know that this is going to happen. Like, I know that there's a reason I didn't run for city council. Like, there was no point. Like,
Oh, thanks.
No, not in my no, like in the time sphere, in like my trajectory, like in my head, like, no, this needs to happen for Pueblo.
So
it's like divine timing. This is like destined American.
Because how old are you?
26.
26, yeah.
So if by somehow this went full national, and Donald Trump's campaign reached out to you and wanted to be on your campaign, or President Joe Biden wanted to be...
Donald Trump, my guy, for real. He pardoned Kodak Black.
Believe me, Donald John Trump, okay?
No, he pardoned Kodak Black. That's like enough for me. Joe Biden kind of falling asleep at this point. Like, I thought he was the guy. He's not the guy. Like, let's
I could also talk
he
like...
falls a lot.
I could also talk like Bill Clinton. I did not inhale, okay, America.
I'm not happy with our gas prices.
Yeah, that too.
And people are like, president don't have nothing. Well, yeah, when Trump had us digging our own oil, gas was cheaper. When we get our oil from China and Russia, of course it's going to be more expensive. Trump's my guy.
So, okay, I want to take a short survey of us 3. Raise your hand if you have voted for either at local, state, or federal level, Republican and Democrat.
Wait, what is the question? Both of them?
Yeah.
Both
on both sides.
So not nationally, but locally, I did vote for Kim Archuleta and Sheriff Lucero, even though they were Democrats. Because my slogan's Pueblo first, politics second. And if I just vote Republican across the board, I'm not putting Pueblo first.
Yeah. I voted for Biden this last time because I thought he was a guy.
You give out gas gift cards on this show?
That'd be nice. But, I feel like we're we're a victim of time. You know, at certain time, you know, you come into something hot. You know, kind of like what I'm doing. You know, I'm coming into something. You know, there's divine timing for everything. You know, Joe Biden, we thought it was his timing, and it was not his timing. And you know, there's mistakes like that.
I think if you're over 80, I don't think it's your time no more. I think your time's passed.
It's true, but you
Trump's
know,
almost 82.
but at the
Trump is almost 80.
Well, he still knows who he's talking
well,
to.
he's in prison anyway. So
No,
He's
he's not.
well, he's going to prison. Is he
Maybe.
not going to prison?
I
he
doubt
has
it.
like 15 charges of like I don't even know. Like
He also paid Stormy
Felonies.
Daniels and all this stuff. Like,
I don't know.
and all this is happening right before election again. Why didn't they do this 4 years ago when Biden first got in office? Why is all this coming right before 2024 election?
You think it's like the build up? He's gonna be like, now I'm gonna be running for
No.
president.
Now they're trying to get him to be the bad guy again because it's close to election. Why didn't they put him in prison after he was not president anymore? Gotta think outside the box.
What an arc though for him to be like, all right, he's on like the ankle monitor from prison, and he's like, I'm running for president from home.
I think that's a team move. I think
That'd be so crazy.
well, he's a billionaire. You can't be bought.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, why are you running for city council? It's a $500 job. I ain't doing it for the money. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it to change Pueblo.
Somebody wanted to triple the salary on city council.
I would do that. When I'm mayor, I'm going to give you guys more money.
No. Don't give us more money.
You guys deserve more money.
We do. Unless you're going to raise our duties. Like, make it mandatory to have one city hall a month, one cleanup crew a month.
Not even that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you guys more money, but I'm gonna make you guys go to group counseling, and you guys all gotta like love each other. You guys all gotta
Hold hands, hug it out.
Yeah, y'all gotta like go with the parachute and play games and shit to make group
So
bonding.
if I win District 2, I got to sit next to Sarah Martinez and
Well, I don't know who you
Heather
sit
Graham.
next to.
I'm okay with Heather Graham.
No.
Sarah Martinez, for some reason, doesn't like me, and I've never had one word to her. Like, she gives me dirty looks.
So you should go up and say hi. That's all it takes, bro.
That's all. Oh, I'll try that next meeting.
That's all it takes.
Record it. She'll probably look at me like, who are you? You know?
Bring her a coffee. Be like, hey, I brought you.
All the city council members have talked to me except for Lori Winter and Sarah.
I think sometimes you just gotta extend the olive branch.
Olive branch. I hate olives. You like black olives, green olives? Hate them.
I'm
They're
fucking
wonderful.
I'll do grapevine.
Elvis. You know, how easy is it to make up with you? Are you a pretty nice guy?
Oh yeah, I'm friends with everybody except some people that are currently elected officials have blocked me, and one has unblocked me.
So
and then a mayoral candidate, not Deryk, blocked me from viewing his mayoral page.
That's
Well,
fine.
you were kind of being a troll on his page. He's talking about Chris Nickel. Chris Nickel is a good guy, but you were kind of being a troll.
Never.
So I blocked some trolls on my candidate page too because I don't have time to play with you guys. Just because you don't agree with what I'm saying. And
That's cancel culture.
Jackie Bernal, I've never actually had a conversation with her. I just know we don't see eye to eye on views.
Oh.
And I know she's commenting. But yeah, I don't have a problem with her.
And she's a good young lady and a good mother too.
I know she called you agnostic.
A misogynist several times.
Did she call me that too? Or was it just you?
Agnostic is hilarious.
That's the furthest thing from the truth. But Jacqueline, if you're still watching, have you either online or with anybody with your group have called Sam a misogynist too? Yes or no?
It's not agnostic.
Yeah, that's if you don't believe in God.
Misogynist
What is that? Like a feminist against feminists?
against women.
Oh no. Yeah, no.
Pro women.
I don't know if she's ever said that about me, but I know we've never talked. She ever wants to have a conversation. We could do it here. Come here.
That'd be cool. Let's do it. Let's do it.
You know, I'm respectful. We don't have to talk over each other. Say your piece. I'll say my piece. My goal is not to make you believe what I believe, but it's to, hey, we disagree, but we could still sit here, have a conversation, have a beer from Big Bear, and you know, maybe Sam's Street Tacos bring some carne asada tacos from Rodale's Meat Market.
Jacqueline replied, says yes, she has, and she stands by it by calling you misogynist.
Oh, well, that's her opinion, sadly, and you know if that's what she thinks, who am I to tell her she's wrong? But I do love women. I have a wife and 2 daughters, and if you weren't listening earlier, I'm going to teach my daughters to be very independent, and that they don't have to compete with men. We have different strengths than women, and women have different strengths from us, and we need to use those strengths to our advantage and stop competing with ourselves. And I'm going to teach my sons that they have their own strengths too, and to never compete with a woman, and to never think they're above a woman. So.
And then if we get back on track, another big issue that we have is our infrastructure, our roads, curbs, gutters,
Oh, hey, dude.
our sewer pipes underneath all of that. And then the abandoned houses, abandoned buildings, commercial buildings that have been empty for eons and eons.
So have you noticed the roads are getting fixed right before election?
I have noticed that.
Have you noticed that? It's kind of like every election year. What goes down?
I mean, but like,
What goes down for every election year? Gas prices.
oh, I haven't noticed that.
You haven't noticed that? Watch in 2024. Gas prices going to go low. You want to know why they go low? Because they're trying to put on this whole film. Like, look what I'm doing. I made gas lower. I'm fixing the roads. Well, I remember 6 months ago, none of the roads were being fixed. My potholes, my food truck fills everything. And gas was $5. Now it's $3. You want me to forget about the last 3.5 years? That's what Nick Gradishar is doing. Guys, I didn't fix the roads for the last 4 years, but election time is here. And look at Northern. Look at all these roads getting fixed. And I'm like,
Northern was fixed last year.
well, have you not seen construction? Now it's getting constructed again.
I talked to Andrew Hayes, which is the director of public works, and they're doing all the pipes because they're old. And then Northern from Abriendo right there all the way to Prairie is going to get paved sometime next year because we're already to the end of the paving season. So paving season starts roughly around May-ish, April, May-ish.
You're the smartest motherfucker I've ever met in my life.
Well, thank you.
No, he knows his stuff.
Dude, you're smart as hell.
Because I've been going to city council for nearly the last 6 years, except when COVID hit, it was all virtual and everything mainly. So
what made you be agnostic then?
It's a funny-
misogynist.
So how long have you hated women?
Never.
You were raised by a woman?
A single mother from half of my school years ages.
Wow. So
what age is that? Why the fuck? Why
school years is from like 1 to like not 1.
One.
Preschool, daycare. I count daycare as school.
Yeah.
I didn't go to damn daycare.
How long did you have a single mom?
Probably from 8th grade on up, so
8th, 9th. I mean 8th to 12th.
7th, 8th grade ish.
That's fair.
So I don't think
Shout out single moms for real.
single moms. Yeah, I don't think it's fair to
fuck
call
with that.
anybody that without even knowing their story just because they don't agree with you.
And I'm always open up for discussion, Jacqueline. You could message me on Messenger, then I could give you my number. We could text. We could be friends. We could agree to disagree respectfully.
She's not going to do that because if you don't agree with her, you're an asshole, homophobic asshole.
I have a proposal. Let's do a panel. We'll take this table out. I'll sit in the middle. We'll do you guys on this side, them on this side, and we'll have a discussion. We'll have some fun with it. We'll have some serious points
her
with
and
it.
Sid are both strong, independent women.
I would love that. I agree to it. I know Elvis would, but I guarantee you they won't agree to it.
Well, I'm asking you guys right now. Tell us what you guys think. We can plan it. It won't be anything. There's no gotcha moments. We're gonna have a serious conversation.
And it's just like this. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
I really, it's like kumbaya.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I try to make that, cultivate that energy around here. I don't want to. I think these long form discussions are needed.
Now, how would you take it if another male candidate wanted to come up on here and debate you and say, I'm seasoned, this and that, blah, blah, blah?
I mean, I'm down for that. I had Randy Thurston on here twice.
No, I think seasoning.
I need to go look
I
at
think
that.
seasoning is important. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, how do you get seasoned if you've never been in office?
Mm-hmm.
But it does help if you know the policies and procedures, and So I'm not knocking anybody who's seasoned. Shout out to Randy Thurston, Chris Nickel, Mark Aliff for taking me under your wing and kind of encouraging me to stay in politics and keep going.
Yeah, shout out. Really, everyone I've really encountered has been really nice. You guys have been really cool. It sucks to go to those new events and
we're the youngest one there.
Yeah.
And they all look at us like we're what are these puppies doing?
Yeah.
But we're the new dogs in town. Centennial Bulldogs.
But yeah, not knowing anyone.
East High School's better.
Yeah, I went to county, so I don't really care about.
Boo.
I mean, I didn't play any sports. I fucking.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
You look like a swimmer.
You think so? I look
Yeah.
like. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I have a swimmer's body.
I don't know. Most swimmers have 6-packs, so.
I don't have a dang. Thanks for giving me that.
Yeah. You
Oh,
good.
yeah. Dude,
I played football, wrestled, and baseball, so you know.
He has 2 kegs right here.
I used to have some abs back in the day in high school, and then the dad bod came. Owning a food truck doesn't help. You're making good food all day long.
Yeah.
So, but I love the dad bod.
Oh yeah. I forgot what we were just talking about before. You gave me a
being
6-pack.
being the youngest candidate.
All right. It was like you gave me a 6-pack, and I forgot what I was saying. All right. So yeah, walking into those rooms and not knowing anyone is just like feels really uncomfortable, and it's shout out everyone that just kind of reaches out and says like. And
even not knowing us, because we didn't know each other before that, but you saw the young people. We kind of like took each other in and was like, hey, come to, like when I pulled you, the night of the debate, I'm like, ask your questions, use your questions, because it's more time for you to speak, more time to people see you shine.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's true.
I was uncomfortable the first time I had the mayor debate. We when I was running for mayor, we did that forging Pueblo. Yeah. And you could tell me that was the first time I was doing it.
Both you guys were lost.
I was so sweaty.
We kept saying
And
but
that's what I told you several times. It's the just flow with it.
But even though we were running against each other mayor, we were still supporting each other. Like, hey, we got this, And that debate was really, I felt like the Forging Pueblo debate was better than the actual debate.
Nah, they asked, like, they're asking you about God, and the crosses next to you are 14 feet tall. They're all, how do you feel about God?
And then Deryk's like, I smoke weed.
Yeah, I did say that. I think I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was like, how do you feel about marijuana? And you're like, it's a double-sided coin.
Have you ever inhaled?
Dude, I smoke weed openly. Like, I think,
since my accident, I have smoked marijuana. Like, I'm in pain. Like, like I said, I'm Christian. I'm endorsed by Forging Pueblo, and I believe, what I believe in. But I'm not like the ones that I have tattoos. I'm not like for Christian. Like, I still believe in God. I believe in Jesus. But like, if you don't believe me, I'm not going to abortion clinics telling these women they're going to hell.
Yeah.
Do I agree with you? No, but it's my job to love you. The Bible tells me to love my neighbor, love my sister, love my brother. It doesn't say love your straight neighbor. It says love everybody, and that's what I do. If you're LGBT, whatever you believe in, I love you. I'm not judging you. That's not my job.
Yeah.
And at the end of the time, I could go to when it's time to be questioned. I said I loved everybody. Mm-hmm. Did everybody love me back because I stood for what I believed? Absolutely not. It's if we had that mindset, we could all get along.
What do you guys feel about
What?
Like, kind of like the whole Iran Gaza, that whole thing.
Iran.
Or they're involved now.
The Palestine.
Israel.
Iran is not? Are they not involved now? They said if we get involved,
I think they're involved now.
Yeah, they said if we get involved, they're
That's
gonna
crazy.
take us all out. That's what I thought. I don't know.
Well, that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother hour or two.
If it's my time to go fight, I'm gonna go fight.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd go to the draft?
I would.
I think we're a bit too old for that now.
Well, it doesn't matter if we need it and like fight for my kids, I'll be there. And guess what? I'm not gonna be like I'm just gonna go over there and fight for the men. I'm fighting for the women and men in this country. So.
Oh well, since we got on that topic, let's talk nationally. Do either of you believe that transgender men and/or women should be allowed in our military and transition while in the military on the people's dime?
No, let me give you guys a story. So I worked for Department of Corrections, right?
Yeah.
There were some inmates transitioning to females, and
Nice.
they took a pill every day to transition, right? You know how much that pill costed?
Probably a lot.
$3,000 each pill.
Oh wow.
Guess who's paying for it?
But what's
You and
crazy?
I.
Guess who's paying for it though?
They're American taxpayers. But what's crazy though? When you're looking at like the bill of what the government spends, they'll be like, "Oh, this is a $5 million hammer." Like if you really look at what like the fucking Pentagon is spending on shit, they'll like overprice stuff.
$5 million hammer better be a fucking Thor hammer.
No, but like that might be an exaggeration. But like they'll be like, "Oh, this is a $3,000 hammer. Like this is a $5,000 hammer."
You
Like
were supposed to keep it PG.
But-
No, he said after 10 seconds.
yeah, no, it's fine. But is that not true? Is that facts or not? Like they overestimate stuff.
I haven't really looked into that, so I can't make a comment. But I will after this.
Well,
See, just like you, when those two girls are on here, you're like, well, I could change if I find out new information.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no, you can't. Well, yeah, you can. If you find out new information that you agree with, you could change your thinking on it.
And then
Let's Google it. Let's Google it.
and then it's just the wasteful spending at the national level with our senators and Congress people. It's just like the local level. They're always giving.
If you brought Vicente Ortega Martinez here, I would come.
Who?
I would come.
Let's do it.
Bring who?
Ortega Martinez.
Who?
Oh no.
Martinez Ortega.
See.
Yeah.
See,
VMO.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
I think these conversations are healthy if you keep them healthy. Now, if you're hostile, nobody's gonna win. You're just gonna have a scream match, and at the end of the day, it's gonna be F you, and then we leave the street champs hating each other more.
Yeah. I think you're right. And we got to get Vicente Martinez Ortega here with you guys, and we'll freaking take these couches out, put chairs in here. We'll have fucking 10 people in here.
Just want to see everybody see my thin blue line. I support our first responders more than a lot of these people. We're the home of the heroes. And the media made it so cool to defund the police. And I really hope the next mayor,
That would be me.
or Randy Thurston,
Probably not.
and the
I'll
next,
do no comment.
and
to
the
what
next city
Derek said.
council makes it clear to our police officers that we defend you, and you're going to have the right equipment. You're going to be fully staffed, and these criminals are going to know if they come to Pueblo and break the law that we're going to defend our police officers.
Okay.
And hold on, a lot of these people that say they want to defund the police officers but want to fix crime, you can't do that. You can't defund the police department and wonder why criminals are running wild.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, Elvis, Harold, you said you had something to speak on. You want to get yours off first?
And then what the chieftain asked that you two didn't get to within the deadline.
I didn't do the deadline either.
One question.
I didn't.
A question that was on there. What are?
I don't fuck with Annalyn Winfrey, low key.
Why? She's super nice.
I'll squeak on it after he's done.
What are 3 initiatives or ordinances that you would like to bring forward as an elected official?
So shout out to Heather Graham. She did that ordinance of $300 or more, you go to jail for 3 days. I don't think that was enough, but it was the first step in the right direction. And the reason why I don't think it's enough is because criminals are going to use that loophole. If I steal $299 worth of stuff, guess who doesn't go to jail for 3 days?
But how long do you go to jail?
3 days. $300 is 3 days.
No, but if you steal $299,
it's not an ordinance.
It's a
you just
slap
get a
on the
ticket.
wrist.
You get a ticket.
what does a ticket include? Like you go to, what does a ticket entail?
It's just whatever.
The fine is for that.
So you
What
pay
that is,
$50 off your $299.
Maybe, and then
Yeah.
court appearance.
So I think the reason why she wasn't stronger on that is because she didn't want to lose the Democrat support of being too hard on crime. But I know Rodeo's meat market is getting hit left and right. It might not be $300 here, but it's $100 here, $60 here, $15 here. That adds up. You know, like we need to send a message. Hey, if you steal, you're gonna get in trouble. I was so afraid of stealing when I was younger. Not for the police, but because my dad. My dad would. You stole this? All right. Well, my dad has fat Mexican hands. Like
in your scenario,
who scares you more, your mom or your dad?
Hold on.
Anyways.
In your serious,
Stay on track, Elvis.
In reality though, in your scenario, when you're speaking on your youth, dude, there's like homeless kids out there. Like there are there's this channel, Software Underbelly on YouTube, man. You'll find there's homeless 9-year-old, 12-year-old prostitutes, man.
So I haven't seen that in Pueblo. Have you?
I mean, they're not necessarily making 12-year-old prostitutes, homeless prostitutes, like on 4th Street, but like, dude, there's underground shit happening in Pueblo. Like, if we're like, there's stuff we're not like knowledgeable about. So like,
oh, I think that's everywhere.
You know, so like there's runners, like they'll fucking like, you know, like people. Like it's deeper than being homeless and not wanting a job. It's deeper than not.
I think 30% is. I think 30% is. Like, if you're truly down on your luck, those are the people we need to help.
Yeah.
Not have to help. Need to help. Now, there's also criminals hiding from the law from Denver Springs, and they think the best way not to get caught is to be homeless because if the cops go up to you, let me see your ID. I'm homeless. I don't have an ID.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, but there's like, Like not even that.
And
like,
then mental health is a part of it.
Yeah, there's so many stories.
There's more issues. So me, Randy Thurston, Steve Rodriguez, Sean Conti, we've been down to the whatever Conti, he's my lawyer. I can call him whatever I want. Just kidding, Sean. We've been.
I'll text you and tell you.
We've been to the riverbed multiple times, and we've never seen children. And if we did, we would have called for help. But we did see.
No, there was like people in the abandoned buildings in Pueblo.
Oh yeah,
they live there.
So we did see a lot of these people. We talked to. Why are you homeless? Well, nobody messes with us. Or there was an old lady with a black eye. What are you doing? She's like, this guy beat me up down here. There's criminals from Denver and Springs that are running these camps like prisons. Like they have like structure, like the warden, like the security, and they're just like their own little villages. And when do we take a stand and help the people that really need help?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. But like we have to. It's hard to pinpoint a blanket thing. We have to fucking go in there. And someone has to go in there and get people's names and who wants help, who doesn't. Like, let's really like make it individualized.
So the people that don't want help, what do we do with them?
The people that don't want help, we have to. What's the number? How many people don't want help?
We're always gonna have a homeless problem, but
how many homeless people are in Pueblo? Estimated.
I would say probably over 1,000 because the thing is that most people don't talk about. Homeless just doesn't mean. Homeless can mean if you're down on your luck and you're sleeping from couch to couch or motel to motel, that is still technically homeless because you do not have a stable roof over your head.
Yep.
We talked about the shelter and stuff. The shelter should be, you can't bring drugs, you can't do drugs, or you can't come in. Because a lot of these shelters are saying a lot of these people fight, and they fight because they're high, they fight because they owe money mental illness and these things. So where do we draw the line of what do we do with the people that truly don't want help and hiding from the law?
We have to get that number. If there's 1,000 people,
Springs and Denver send their homeless to Pueblo, right?
That's what everyone's saying, but Gradishar was like, nah. Like
Gradishar says a lot of things, and it's like he said we're down 15% on crime. Show me where? Maybe in his backyard and. Ventana, El Camino, University Hills or something that's down. But go spend a night in Bessemer on Northern or 4th and East Side and tell me if crime's down. It's easy to tell me crime's down when you're in your gated community looking over and you're like the Hunger Games. The top people don't see none of the crime, but how often are they down here with us? So yeah, crime's 15% lower.
And then prior to you jumping in the mayor's race, Deryk, did you ever hear of Sam or myself at all?
Well, probably me. I'm very controversial.
His food truck. I heard of his food truck.
What, am I chopped liver?
I didn't really know you before this, did I? We never heard of you. We never talked.
I never heard of you until I was like, who's this guy?
I heard of Street Champs. I saw Street Champs all the time. My buddy Dejan's on stuff like that, so I knew you.
Shout out, Dejan. What's up?
Hell yeah. He has a new music video right on the channel, guys.
Hey, Dejan was one heck of a football player.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say his nickname on here. I'll get canceled.
Yeah, I just call him Tron.
Me too.
Yeah. I would never say that. He has an interview that I just put out, too.
He says it all the time. He can say it.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
We could probably say, never mind.
Much love.
All right, but what else? What else do we got? You guys want to speak on anything else?
I don't know. Does anybody on the talk? Jacqueline, now's the time. If you really want to get to know me, I'm an open book. And even if you don't agree with me, at least give me some respect for standing strong and not flip flopping like a lot of these candidates are. They say they're pro-choice one week when they're talking to pro-choice people, and then next week they're talking in front of a bunch of Christians and they're saying they're pro-life.
I think a girl should do whatever she wants with her body.
So how would a Deryk Trujillo administration as mayor be?
He would come to Sam Hernandez District 2 to ask me for some help.
Your chief of staff. Are you going to keep all the department heads?
My first day in office, first things first.
Light a blunt.
I gotta buy a suit. Because I don't have a jacket. I have a jacket, but it's kind of big on me.
I got a good place in Denver I go to for my suits. We'll ride up there.
I could probably hook you up with something, maybe.
All right. Well, first day in office, I'm getting a suit. I'm thinking a nice blue suit.
We're going to Chapel Hills Mall.
Let's go. Okay. So after that, I'm gonna want to have to.
Or Park Meadows.
I'm gonna have to talk to everyone, individually.
Or deja vu's.
I don't know what that is. Is that a strip club?
Maybe.
So
I am not going to confirm nor deny if I ever been there.
So I wanted to say this. This might get me canceled. I have a lot of friends that are firefighters. Not going to tell you who Nick Gradish for because you might be vindictive to them. But anyways, a lot of firefighters. Well, the firefighters endorse Nick Gradish, but I'm going to say at least 15 to 20 firefighters have told me they only endorsed Nick because they were afraid if he won again and they didn't endorse him, that they would have some issues.
Oh, wow.
The police department did endorse Heather Graham, so like I said, my food truck feeds first responders for Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving, and Easter. Absolutely free because they have to work and not be with their families. So I love the firefighters, love EMTs and everything, but I appreciate the police taking a stand and not just endorsing Nick just to endorse him because he's the current mayor.
And then let's go back on his first day in office.
Oh, okay. But they didn't endorse you.
No. No.
The firefighters?
The first responders?
No, the firefighters did not endorse me, and I think because they were afraid Nick Gradish would be upset if they endorsed me. But I still support them. I even called out AMR, who's a multi-billion-dollar company, who's paying their EMTs $15 an hour, and their paramedics are needing to be firefighters and paramedics to survive. If I won mayor, when I was running for mayor, I made a statement. The first day I was on, if I won, I might still do it if I'm on city council. I just don't know how much power I have. I'm going to call AMR and be like, hey, you're a multi-billion-dollar company. Either you pay our heroes more, your paramedics and EMTs, or we'll find a new contractor who will.
Okay, back to his first day in office, first week in office, first 100 days in office.
First day, Elvis.
Suit. He already said that. Suit.
I need to get a suit because, I feel like that's one of the things, we
want
don't
a
have,
black suit
we
or
don't
blue
have
suit?
money like these other guys, like we were talking about, like, yeah, dude, I don't have money for like a few $100 shirt or a few $100
How about
suit.
like a neon green suit?
Let him talk.
Stand out.
Let him talk.
Let me talk. Let me speak on this. Yeah, like I don't have money for that right now, but I feel like, if that's what's gonna help me, be taken more professionally, and I'll cave in and I'll do it. So get a nice suit because that's like, I don't know, that's something like I always notice on all the videos. Like, damn, like I wish I had a cool suit, like all these other guys. But anyway,
I just bought me a blazer not too long ago. It's
Really?
pretty cool.
Let him talk.
okay. So anyway, after that, have a good conversation with every single person that you just named, and every head of every office because, I'm not gonna lie and say I know all of their positions and what they do, but I'm willing to learn and if they're not the best fit for the job, then let's find someone within the realm that kind of within the same pay grade that is. I don't know everything, but I'll find someone that does.
Oh, I didn't see this on Jacqueline Bernal. Yes. How do you feel about social media being such a huge part of how the public sees you? I'm very vocal.
Me too.
And sometimes the way I write things, it's not the way... Derek was telling me this earlier. He's like, when you talk, you're very passionate, and when you type it, people don't get to see you're passionate about it. They just think you're against the needle exchange program, but they don't understand that you're not against the needle program. You're against them not actually exchanging the needle policy. If they actually took 5 needles today, brought back 5 needles tomorrow, I would be for the needle exchange program. Mm-hmm. And the way I wrote it just seemed like I was against the needle exchange program. But after talking to Derek, he was like, no, you make a lot of valid points. But the way you type it, the way you hear it, people just think you're against it. So, people could always message me and ask me questions. It's not my job to make you understand how I think. But, if you want to take it and spin it and think this and this and that, I don't have time to. But if you want to message me and we could talk about it, absolutely, I'm there. But there's that.
I gotta use the bathroom. You guys should talk for like 2 minutes.
What's up, people? Anybody watching?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people watching. They'll watch after too. This will be up forever.
So how about talking about the chaos within city council chambers when they like to argue with each other and put their egos first?
Oh, who do you think has the biggest ego in city council and why?
Good question. I plead the fifth.
You know me, I could never plead the fifth.
I'll do a no comment.
Oh, I can never do no comment. Actually, I could. Regina has a big ego. Gosh, it's a big ego.
I will not confirm nor deny with that one.
Lori has a big ego.
Will not confirm nor deny.
Vicente, I actually don't think Vicente has a big ego. I just think he's stuck on the way he thinks. Larry Tencio has a huge ego. Dennis Flores has a... No, I don't think Dennis has a huge ego either. I just think he's... I talked to Dennis. I talked to his campaign manager, Chuck Hernandez. Very nice people. Sometimes I wish Dennis would take a stronger stand for the people. Remember, he works for the people.
And Chuck Hernandez is his treasurer, not campaign manager.
Oh, treasurer. Oh, and he's not related to me, but I respect him being Hernandez. Heather has proven she fights for the people. Gosh, is Heather the only one? I think Sarah Martinez voted no last night. Sarah Martinez will shock me sometimes. I'm going to put my personal bias away from that one, but Sarah usually does vote for the people. Larry, I said he has a huge ego, but he surprised me. He called Vicente out. Oh, and shout out to Epi Grego, our commissioner, for fighting for the people and fighting for Pueblo and going against your party when they wanted you to only stand for their beliefs. And you said, no, I'm voted by the people of Pueblo and standing strong. And I know that took a lot of courage and a lot of bravery to do that. And my respect is off to you. So thank you, Epi Grego.
And then both of us were just talking about how they like to bicker and argue at city council and put their egos forward.
On the video.
Hey, what time on the video? Probably like, what time did we start? 2 hours?
Yeah.
Probably like 2 hours.
All right.
Yeah. Do you want to end it soon?
No. Okay. I'm going to make little clips of this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
As you should. I feel like that's better, more digestible for people.
Yeah.
If I had an intern, unpayable intern, because we don't make shit here.
Question, if you when you win mayor,
yeah,
are you still going to do street champs?
Oh, when I win mayor, I'm going to take street champs freaking 1,000-fold. I'm going to...
Are you going to change the name to Street Pueblo? Pueblo Streets?
That'd be sick, but no. I like that, though.
Pueblo Streets.
Maybe something different.
No.
But
maybe you could have like a little episode, call it Pueblo Streets.
Or just talk to people on the street.
Yes.
Mayor Champs.
Ooh, mayor champs.
Or Champs Mayor.
Street champs for mayor is what I've been saying. Oop. But, when I win mayor, street champs is definitely going to be way more... what's lacking, we have the stories. We're talking to all these, great personalities here in Pueblo, and really anyone that comes across the channel. But the publicity of just letting people know how awesome Pueblo is.
So there's some people saying that you only entered mayor to make your podcast grow. What do you say to those people?
I mean, if I only entered to make my podcast grow, then all this stuff I've done,
of course it's a plus. If I would have won mayor or something, of course I'm gonna bring my business up with me.
Yeah.
You just don't get to throw away your babies.
Yeah, exactly. Am I getting a better job just because I want to make my podcast better? I think I'm getting a better job because I want to be a better person. I want to see more for the people around me.
You're the only podcast in Pueblo, right?
No, there's a bunch. I could name 5. I'll name. We got 2 dudes, 2 dubes. We got
2 dudes, 2 dubes.
2 dudes, 2 dubes.
Like a doobie.
I don't know what they're doing with the dubes. I don't know what a doob is.
Okay.
But they're doing their thing. They're good guys.
Never heard of them. I'll look into them.
We got, oh my god, the Sacred Donut.
Do they eat different donuts? I could be about that.
If
they eat different donuts,
do you gonna be a taste tester?
I'll what is it called?
Sacred Donut.
Sacred Donut. If that's what you guys do, let me know. District 2, Sam Hernandez. I'm about it.
And no, I think they're a more spiritual thing. I don't know. I don't really listen to them.
If you guys are sacrifice donuts, count me out.
And then we got.
Do they eat donuts?
I wish.
I gotta go bathroom. Deryk Trujillo and Elvis Martinez. Keep talking.
All right, Elvis. I got a question for you. Oh, fuck. You're hitting me right in the face with the mic. Okay. I'll let you recover. Don't forget, guys. We're going to do a turkey drive. Street Champs are doing a turkey drive. The date is unclear at the moment, but we're gonna be doing delivery of hot meals. It's in the works. We just decided yesterday on the Monday music review.
What's the question?
Okay, Elvis. Do you have kids?
No.
Why not?
I like my money right now. The little bit of money that I have.
That's fair. Are you single?
Yep.
Me too. Should we go on a double date sometime?
Why not? Anybody in the chat? No. It's a joke.
No, that'd be sick. We should. Are you on like Plenty of Fish or fucking?
No, but I heard of
Facebook
it back
dating?
in the day.
Yeah, Facebook dating.
Elvis has a Tinder?
No.
No. Do you? No.
All right, no. Elvis, I got another question for you. Will you ever cut your ponytail?
I trimmed it
thought that was
not
a
too long
rat's tail.
ago.
Remember when the kids used
A
to have
rat's-
rat's tail
yeah.
in the 90s? I'm a 90s baby.
Are you ever gonna cut it?
I trimmed it last month.
How about we make a pact? If you win, you cut it.
No.
And I will endorse you until the fucking,
No deal.
And we'll fucking start blasting your shit every day.
No deal.
Oh wow.
I would say that's a rat's tail. It's a little lower than ponytail.
No, I think a rat's tail is when like you have short hair, but it's just like one little.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's skinny.
Yeah. What?
Smart one.
What do you love about that? What do you love about your ponytail?
Let's do a council matchmaker. Who is that?
I've just had it forever.
Custafoya.
Well, fucking, I want to be the one that cuts it off.
Let's do a city council matchmaker.
You would be with Regina. Who would I be with?
What? You're married. I don't want to get canceled in case if your wife's
No, I'm
still
not
watching.
talking about like that kind of
Oh.
matchmaking. I thought like best friends matchmaking.
No, I'm talking about love for
Oh.
Elvis. You're already married. You already found the love of your
Yeah,
life.
I
I'm
found
single
love.
too, so like, I wonder who I'd be with.
Hey, Sam Street Tacos here.
I feel like
Any of my customers love good street tacos, you know to come, but Deryk's single.
me and Heather would be a power couple.
Can I call Shakira? Her hips don't lie.
No, me and Heather would take over the world. We'd be like Beyonce and Jay-Z for real.
Oh, if me and Heather would have teamed up like me and Randy did,
Yeah.
the young conservative small business owners,
Ooh.
we would have. She would have won. I'm not saying she's not winning, Mary. Don't. We would have been a great team.
Yeah, no, she's not.
But no, but
You think you would have like just changed your life? You would have just like divorced your wife and just.
you're so stupid.
No.
stupid.
Let's get back on track.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah, no. Me and Heather would change the world for real.
So stupid. You're gonna be canceled.
Okay. No, I'm just joking. I'm single though, for real. Elvis is single too. Like, if
How long
there-
you been single?
Well, that's a funny question.
Why ask a personal question?
Because I'll have I'll talk to girls, but I haven't had a girlfriend since I was like 19. I asked a
Do you
girl.
have commitment issues?
No, I asked a girl to be my girlfriend when I was like 22 in college, and like we were like hanging out like really well. We were actually hanging out watching a movie at my house. At, like,
Netflix and chill?
apartment.
Yeah,
exactly.
buddies.
And we were
Friends
We
with
were
benefits.
hanging out, having snacks and like eating dinner and shit. And I
Snacks.
was like, will you be my girlfriend? And she was like, no.
Not right now.
And like she told me no to my face, and like I was like, are you joking? She was like, no.
And he probably said, bye, Felicia.
I basically was like, yeah, get out,
Well,
please.
like there's today's day and age, I would be single if I would have met my wife. I'd be single right now because they play too much games. Like they want to chill with you.
Drama.
They want to be
Oh,
with you
wait, wait.
24/7.
Hey, hold on,
But when
hold on.
Hold on. Let me finish. But when you're like,
You're being
hey,
a misogynist now, sir.
but when you ask them out, they're like, no, we're just friends. Like, what do you mean we're friends? We share a bank account. Like,
Oh, I've
like,
never been there.
You live with me. I've been there one time. I have a few crazy exes.
I can see it in you. You seem crazy.
Oh no.
Crazy. You seem like the crazy ex.
Me?
Yeah.
Nah.
You like showing up on the doorstep.
No. I've done that once.
Hey, I know who your matchmaker would be on city council.
Who?
Vicente. Buddies.
I don't think he's like.
I'm not saying that
homosexual.
way. Just buddies.
buddies.
Bros.
But buddies.
No, bros.
Bros.
What are you smoking?
What
What kind of kush?
This is CBD. I only smoke CBD. It gets my joints really feeling great.
No pun intended.
I still don't know the difference between THC and CBD.
CBD doesn't give you the psychoactive effects of THC. So, you could smoke all you want of CBD, and it
doesn't get you high.
It just doesn't get you high. It's just making your
body loose.
It's making you don't even feel it physically. You just
feel good.
Your joints and stuff just feel a little bit better.
Do you still get the
Strictly
munchies?
CBD? Nope.
No.
It just makes talking a little bit better.
Interesting.
Good CBD.
Oh, how do you feel about shrooms being legal now in Denver?
Well, that's actually Colorado.
Is it Colorado? I've never done shrooms. I've never done any drugs.
You've never done shrooms?
No.
Why'd you look at the camera? Are you lying?
No.
Neither have I, nor inhaled.
I feel like you guys are lying.
No. I've done marijuana.
Do you
I'll
guys
tell you
feel
that.
do you guys feel like you have to lie to like portray this image?
No.
No, I stand strong over that.
People know I'm truthful and outspoken on freaking Facebook.
Look at his
I say it how it is. I don't sugarcoat anything.
Neither do I.
I'm listening to your guys' voices right now, and you guys can't even like you don't have to lie. Like you could say like
No,
you've
I'm
done a
not saying
psychedelic.
This dude's retarded. Psychedelic.
Like a psychedelic is like. It's
No,
like
let me tell you,
mushrooms.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never done it, and let me tell you why.
Why?
I've heard stories of people thinking they're freaking butterflies and jumping off buildings thinking they could fly,
Really?
and that's like.
And they didn't fly.
I'm deathly afraid of clowns, so I always
Thank you for
thought.
telling me that.
I always thought like if I did like psychedelics, that I would just see like clowns.
Really?
Someone was like, "Nope."
Huh. I've done psychedelics a few times. I've done mushrooms. Mushrooms. I've done with them probably like 9 times. It makes you feel like if you don't believe in God, you're gonna believe in God after that. Like you know, it'll make you feel this big. Like you're.
I hear like you like supposed to watch like Alice in Wonderland and stuff on it.
No, bro. Like you're gonna want to be alone. You be alone and just with your thoughts. Like you're gonna have the most profound, like you're gonna feel like wow, like I'm so close. Like I feel like I'm close to like being like a whole person. I don't know if a lot of people struggle with depression and stuff. Like
I hear
anxiety.
it's good with like PTSD and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like your anxiety and stuff will go away for.
I'd rather people
a
do
small bit of time.
natural drugs than prescription drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm not against marijuana and like, shrooms. Like it grows in the ground.
You should do them, bro. Like you should do like a very small amount. Do like
Next tree champ, we'll take it.
let's do it. Not in live though.
No.
Let's not get swatted. Yeah.
That'd be funny.
But yeah, it's profound, man. You'll feel a different sense of yourself that you've never felt.
Yeah. Interesting. Elvis?
I'm on Facebook.
Get off Facebook.
But what you said that you're scared of clowns, you should never told me that, buddy. Look at your phone.
I wish MySpace was still a thing.
Do you still remember your
who just
password?
said something?
Samuel who?
I can't read that. I can't see. I'm half blind.
It says, I'd like Samuel to describe exactly what Forging Pueblo is and if the churches who are actively involved in Forging Pueblo should be forced to pay taxes as the... fuck. I can't... There's a heart covering it. I'm sorry, chat. As they actively get involved in politics.
So it's not churches themselves. It's members of churches. So it's not like Praise Assembly or are endorsing these people. It's like telling bikers that they can't join together and endorse somebody. It's a community within the community. So it's not churches that are actually endorsing us. It's a group of Christians that come together and endorse the people who have the same beliefs. Kind of like what the union did, or if the churches like actively got involved, like Praise Assembly said, I'm endorsing Sam Hernandez, then I could see it. But you can't say churches are getting involved because it's not just one church. It's the Christian people of Pueblo getting together and saying, hey, let's help these people out.
Yeah. And like we spoke earlier, I don't know, is that the Forging Pueblo logo?
Yeah, so the article in the Pueblo Chieftain's going to say that, but...
The Pueblo Chieftain can be trusted, bruh.
Yeah, it's not the churches themselves. Forging Pueblo is not a church. It's people of different churches in one group. So that's false.
I'll speak on my piece.
Let's go back. Why don't you like Anna?
Winfrey?
I love Anna.
She's amazing.
She's amazing. Where the fuck did that letter
Thank
go?
you, Steve, for being, wanting to actually know and not just assuming it and talking down on people that are endorsed by Forging Pueblo.
Well, I lost my letter. Anyway, so it's not that I don't like her. It's just I understand. Being in the I'm not in the media, but creating media. You're always looking for the most salacious title. And I got hit with the most salacious title she could think of, and I felt.
What did she even say? What was her title?
It's not that one hanging up on the wall over there, but the digital one was like, Pueblo candidate for mayor. This is kind of paraphrasing, but this is basically what it boils down to. The last 7 words. Pueblo candidate for mayor announces candidacy while smoking blunt on live stream on YouTube.
So was that not a true statement, though?
I mean, but there's like, that's a true statement, but it's like making it the most salacious title. Like you could just be like Pueblo, like young entrepreneur makes his debut for fucking, like you could paint it, you could spin it this way, or you could spin it that way. And like I respect that she spun it that way.
It's not spinning it if it truly happened. Now, like if I announced with my T-shirt off, and she said "young entrepreneur takes his T-shirt off to announce for his candidate," well, that's a true statement.
Huh? But what if she was like?
Like if you wanted her to say "young entrepreneur of media announces for mayor," you could have not lit the blunt.
I mean, I
you kind of made it controversial by doing that, and I think that was your intention. You wanted to be different from other candidates, which is not a bad thing, but you got what you wanted.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but like there's different points of views. There's different points of view to look at things. You got that point of view, and that's I could see that point of view. I fucking asked for it, but I also think like, you could have spun it this other way, which I think would have been, it's not as salacious, but it's a little bit more positive. Like you're looking for that salacious negative, but there's multiple ways to spin this story,
back.
and I respect her for it because I do it here too. I make try to 7 videos a day, so yeah. But I didn't appreciate it, and I asked her to come back on to come talk about it, and she left me on unseen or unread.
So Anna is. The article she's done for me, she's always been spot on. Like she hasn't twisted my words, and respect for it. She even told me, and I don't know where Anna stands politically or anything like that because we never talked about it, but just the way you could tell when people talk, you could tell what kind of way they lean, Yeah. But she's always been fair, and she's never misquoted me, and she's actually told me, I appreciate you running like as a millennial, because we need our voices heard, and we're not going to get our voices heard by these older generation keep running things. So
yeah, I mean, I don't have any problems with her. But I would love to have her back on here. We could talk about it just like we're talking about it now.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if her job tells her she can or can't do things like that either, though.
But yeah, if you can't do that, then I kind of don't. It's not that I don't respect you, but if you can't sit down for a long form conversation and just back your shit up for 2.5 hours. And people will tell if you're fake as fuck after 30 minutes. Yeah. So
having me and Elvis on here, did you think this was gonna go different, or did you imagine it going the way it did?
No, this was good. This is exactly what I envisioned. I knew you guys were gonna come with your shit, and I'm not gonna back down on my shit, but I'm not gonna push it down your guys' throat. But yeah, it was good. Should we fucking get out of here?
It's up to you. I ain't got no plans tonight.
Oh, damn.
What's the longest podcast you've ever done?
4 hours.
Oh, hell.
With Cody Cause.
I heard you say something about a turkey drive. If you want Sam's Street Tacos to get involved, I'm down. We could meet. We could call Rodeos, get some donations going. We could meet somewhere and pass them out.
Hell yeah. What I was thinking, instead of handing out frozen shit, we should just do, ready to eat meals.
Oh.
And we'll go do stuff like that.
This is gonna be for Jackie Bernal.
Okay, Jackie.
I hope you're still on here. My food truck. This is gonna be the 3rd year. It's called a December to Remember, and it's a toy drive, hygiene drive, clothing drive for the YWCA. It's not the YWCA anymore. It's Mariposa. I can't pronounce it.
I think I swam there one time.
And it's for the victims of domestic violence.
Oh.
And I'm the only local business that does this for our local domestic violence people. And everybody else does Toys for Tots and everything, but the Toys for Tots, they go to kids in Springs or Denver. Nobody does anything local. So I bring the food truck out about December 15th, December 16th. I always do it on different days so people don't know. They bring the women, the mothers, and men's are victims of domestic violence too. And when they're wrapping the gifts, that all the local businesses get involved. Rodeos is involved. Smith Grubs is involved. Nana's Barbecue. Elise's Lovers of Photography. There's like 11 of us that are on it. While the women and men are wrapping gifts for their children, the food trucks that are involved, we go there and we feed them while they're wrapping the gifts. So that's just to call us, what is it?
Misogynist.
Without even knowing the things we do or the things I do for the community with the domestic violence victims and stuff, just and a former opinion, it's just not a good look on you.
But it's these long form conversations.
Mariposa, she does amazing work. Yes, Curly said you're absolutely right, and you should see the women. The women they have to, they're like in witness protection. They have to hide from the domestic violence or abusers, so they have to leave the city or they have to quit their jobs, so their kids don't have a Christmas, and that's why we named it a December to Remember, because we still give them a chance to have Christmas with hygiene. And it's not just for the kids. We get hygiene and gifts and purses and makeup for the women too. So if Street Champs want to join me this year on our 3rd annual
Let's do it.
December to Remember, it's very special.
I'm
and
down.
especially when you see the kids' face that, they had to move because the mom's boyfriend or the dad, went off on the mom, and mom can't afford food and stuff. We bring them gifts and everything. It's something special. I get emotional when I think about it, because it's just like they're really down on their luck, and it's just this very small gesture. Me and this community get involved, and these kids don't have clean clothes or clean underwear, and we're able to give them something.
And then Steve asked the question about Medicare for All. That's more of a state and or national, so city council wouldn't get involved in that. But Medicare for All, I don't think it should be for all per se, because millionaires and billionaires should be paying their own stuff for health care. Medicare for All.
Shout out Pueblo Pro-Choice for being supportive of the drive. If you guys want to make it happen too, we could all collab on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Curly said if Pro-Choice wants to be involved in a December to Remember, please reach out to me on my personal page or Sam Street Tacos, and we'll add you guys to the flyer. Same with Street Champs.
Oh, yeah.
But now that I know you're in digital marketing, I'll have you make the flyer, because I've been doing it on an app I have on my phone, and it comes out like crap. So
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
I got you.
No, if Pro-Choice really wants to be involved, please get a hold of me. I would love to. The more people get involved and donate to these kids and families, I would greatly appreciate it.
See, people with different views and everything come along. You see, Curly?
And I have respect for Curly. I don't know her. I've never talked to her, but I know she's friends with
cool.
Jackie and the Pro-Choice, and she hasn't made one false accusation about me because she doesn't know me, or just because we disagree. She doesn't have an opinion about me, or maybe she does. I may be wrong.
And then I have to plug myself once again. So on the ballot, I'm number 1. So just color in that bubble next to Elvis Martinez. There you go.
Wow. I respect it.
So, Elvis, if you don't win, what does that mean? What does that look like for you?
Keep going to city council.
Huh?
Keep going to city council and let me flip it back on both of you.
Elvis, you can't even say that you're not even going to win, bro. You have to fucking say you're going to win.
He said if.
No, you can't even fucking...
He said if.
You can't even let someone say that.
No, but realistically,
No.
I might not win.
No, you're going to win, bro.
I think I know I'm going to win. I think I'm going to win, but always have a plan B.
No.
If I don't win, I will still keep fighting for Pueblo.
Never say plan B. Never say plan B. If you have a plan B, your plan A wasn't what you really thought, bro.
Speaking about plan
if you don't
B,
fucking go for it.
Speak about plan B. What do you think about the plan B pill?
What do I think of the Plan B pill?
Yeah, like the morning after pill.
I mean, what's wrong with it? What you rather have that than a fucking late term abortion, right?
Yeah, I agree 100% with that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's legal.
Yeah, I don't think there's any contention about that. I think we're all on the same page.
same page.
Yeah.
And that pill's like $80. So if you, by all means, if you want to spend $80 there instead of buying condoms, that's on you. like.
But yeah, I think that makes more sense than having a crazy abortion.
No, I'm 100% with that.
Like, something not planned.
Did somebody else just comment?
Oh, my bad. I'll take it back. You guys know about the Kick-Ass Film Festival?
No.
It's a film festival happening in Pueblo every year. But those dudes are gonna come by here too. They're gonna their names are Jacob and David Chavez. Like, David worked on Star Wars. Fucking Jacob is like the social media marketer for Memorial Hall.
So to answer Steve's question, you think everybody should have like free medical? Is that my understanding? I know Canada has free medical for everybody, but everybody has a wait list for surgery for like 6 months to a year out.
Yeah, I mean, that's ideal. Like,
I don't know. No, I talked to some of my friends from Canada, and like the rich people leave Canada to come to the United States and pay for their surgery because they have to wait like 6 months to a year.
I didn't mean that ideal that you just described. That thing was ideal that you just described, but that thing that he's describing is ideal, that everyone has free healthcare because, there's this majority of America is living paycheck to paycheck. They can't just take on a crazy random bill.
But
well, how about the top 1%, the billionaires and millionaires?
Well,
No.
they should be helping us with that fund.
But hold on, I've been to hospitals when I never had insurance, and they still had to see me and treat me.
But you had a crazy bill after.
Yeah, I never paid it.
Well, you?
It just affected my credit score. But I'm not saying that's okay, guys. Pay your bills.
Canceled.
Yeah, but like, I'm not paying $50,000 worth of medical bills. Like,
we have to at some point, right? No.
I'll just file bankruptcy. Like who?
Hey.
Like who?
An elected official that's currently running for mayor.
Oh,
Not me.
not me.
Not I.
Huh. But anyway, it's a lot of people aren't fiscally and, financially savvy like that. They just don't know those loopholes. Like, they're just like, oh, fuck, I got hit with a $40,000 bill. I got to pay this. A lot of people aren't looking to cheat the system. They're just random, everyday Americans.
I think a lot of people look to cheat the system.
But most people are just like regular people. Like, when you think of it, they're just trying to get by and trying to have a kid and go, have grandkids and live to 80 and I don't
You
know.
can see that.
Yeah, most people are regular.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, like, your mindset as a three business entrepreneur is rare. Most people don't think like that, man. And you gotta
I gotta thank my parents for that. Like, they had food trucks, ice cream trucks. Like, I want more cookie jars. I have 3 cookie jars, and the reason why it's not about money. It's for my children. Like, when I leave this world, I know a lot of people when their parents leave the world, like, the parents didn't do things right. They don't have money to bury their parents because they didn't have life insurance. They didn't do this or that. I want to know when I leave this world that my kids are set and that my grandkids are set. So I work 80 plus hours a week in the food truck, different businesses, because if I leave this world and my kids are set, I'm good. Nothing else matters. So yeah, it is where, people don't want to, they hate working for the man, but at the same time, they don't want to.
But it's not even that. Some people are happy living a regular life, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, some people are happy working at Walmart 9 to 5 and going home and seeing their kids, and
Being content.
there's nothing wrong with that. And that's,
But you
that's
can't
who
be
we're fighting for.
you can't be mad that you're making $14 an hour and think like that though. Current Republicans are trying. So when I worked for DOC, we had the rule of 95, which means our age and the years we worked had to equal 95 before we made retirement, before we could retire. I was like, I think the retirement age should be 65.
I think people should retire whenever they want to, though. Because,
You can't when you got bills.
well, how about these freaking athletes? Tom Brady's retired. He's not even 50, but
Yeah,
he has
but-
all the money in the world.
But Tom Brady also put in hundreds of hours to be the athlete he was.
He's an anomaly.
Well, and then
you can't reference him.
Well, that's why I said it should be any age.
Like if I wanted to be in the NFL, I could have if I would have worked harder. Woke up at 4 o'clock instead of playing Fortnite, eating Taco Bell, was at the gym. You know, we all make choices.
It's also like genetics and shit.
Shout out Tom Brady. What's up? Come get put on Street Champs.
That'd be sick.
But you know, it's we all make choices. You know, do you want to live a comfortable life? Do you want to live paycheck to paycheck? And people say tax the rich. Like the rich work. No, there's some people that get born into it, and handed. But a lot of those people worked their way to the top. Should they worked 100 hours of sleep? The average CEO works 120 hours a week. Like they're not just Do we make them pay more because they worked harder than what we did?
I think if you propose it correctly, I think a lot of them are more generous than we think.
Oh, I think so too. But at the same time, they didn't get rich by giving their money away.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But they're human beings just as we are. So it's all just communication.
Yeah. No, my whole point is to make sure that that I make generational wealth for my kids and their kids and their kids and their kids. And I don't think I should be punished if I get to that point because I sacrificed my time, my physical health, my mental health. Owning 3 businesses is not a cake in the walk. Most days I take losses, but I still take W's, and it's a learning experience. And I don't think because I put in the time, mental health, stress, and everything, once I get to the top, I got to give all my money away.
I think you're being drastic when you say all of it. Like, I think, if someone proposed to you, like, hey, like, do you want to, help the community where you came from? And, you can
Oh, I know for that. I feed the homeless every day.
Yeah,
my food checks up.
Yeah, so, like, we just proposed correctly, I think.
Yeah, if they
but
propose
not all of your money.
But I think what they should do is instead of the rich paying taxes, which they already do, but give bigger tax breaks if they donate it to different, groups and charities and things like that. Mm-hmm. Like, because what's the government doing with all this money? They're taxing all the. But if they decide to do
$5 million hammers,
yeah,
I told you,
maybe $10 million hammers.
It's fucking it's fucking a fact.
They're making Iron Man costumes.
Dude, they be saying that they're paying a bunch of money for like small shit.
And the thing that's messed up in
dinosaurs
Washington,
are still alive too.
I've heard that.
The thing that's messed up in Washington is there's no term limits. Some of them people have been in there longer than all of us have been in life. What the hell have they got done? Nothing.
What's her name?
Most of everybody in Congress?
Oh.
Too many names to list. That's 435 of them.
Huh. All right. Well, we've been going for 2 hours and 30 minutes, guys. You guys got to come back for another one.
All right. Deryk Trujillo, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Gracias.
Wish you guys both luck in the mayor race, city council at large. District 2, guys. I'm District 2, number 4 on the ballot. Like I said, do your research on all District 2 candidates, and you'll see I'm the best one.
Once again, I'm number 1.
And Pete Madrid.
Awesome. Numero 1 for city council at large.
Bow. You know what it is, guys. Elvis, Samuel, Street Champs. Come get put on.